Yo, what up, what up, what up? Y'all know the deal, man. Like and share, like and share, like and share. So we get this thing out everywhere. There's anywhere in the world it could be. So right here with me, the BABGOG, and I appreciate you for pulling up on me. What's going on, man? I said it was gonna be early, but it ain't that early. So hey, here's what it is. Y'all know how YouTube do. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. I don't know how all these summit things keep going just so badly. Okay. Well, it ain't Sunday this morning, brother. We might work some scriptures into it, brother. This ain't a church service, brother. It's a Wednesday. Okay. I think Wednesday's Bible study or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, no. We might work some scriptures in there, brother. This ain't church service. But bro, it says the most memorable summit for me was the Revolt Summit. You know, Diddy involved to where Candace Owens came to Atlanta. I think it was, and it was some shit they was talking about. Preparing for the vote. I think it would have been for the election for that Biden won or whatnot, right? Um, I keep telling y'all this, man. Um, the black man's understanding of the importance and the exaltation of the woman is probably one of the most detrimental things that's happened to the black community. Now, again, I'm not saying that women should not be cared for, loved, um, even adored to some degree, right? The problem with it is again the whole black woman is God mentality. The black woman is the only one on the planet that can do certain things, and the black woman is the reason for everything, and I should do everything in my power to praise the black woman. No, brother. For one, shout out to my brother El Swin. Okay, all right, that's idolatry. A person is a person. Okay, a person is a person. All right, no matter the race, no matter the gender, no matter the age, a person is a person. And when you bestow um, God-like qualities to a person, you're always going to be disappointed because humans are fallible. Humans are imperfect, right? And even the gods with little g's were imperfect. Okay. Zeus was a notorious nutter. Zeus was out here putting his dick in everything. And I say everything, because he was Greek. Okay. All right. Zeus was fucking the hoes and the bros. Okay. Yeah, the same reason your bitch ass in my chat. It's that easy, dummy. To the shadow realm with you. But anyway, um, we have this thing, and brothers showed me this a couple days ago, and I want to make sure I put out enough time to cover this. Because there's always the wrong men speaking here, man. And for this one, of course, this got something to do with fucking Conscious Lee. So of course, I know this is gonna be a fucking simp fest just from the jump. Okay, Conscious Lee is one of the most horrible things that happen to the black community because this is a claim to be straight black man that advocates for the rainbow community, and come to find out, I think he's married to like a Hispanic woman or a white woman. Okay. Now again, your blackness does not decrease when you date and or mate out. Y'all know I'm all for a black man, a straight black man, and his happiness with any type of woman. Okay. I'm for all that. The problem is though, right, is that you can't be pro-black, okay, and not be all black when it comes to where you lay at and put your dick at. Okay, can't be pro-black and all black. All right, when black ain't where you put your dick at. I'm just saying that just makes sense to me. Again, I think you can, of course, as a black man, right, you're gonna always be that, but you can't be the person at the forefront. You know, I'm blackity black because I'm black, y'all. Yeah, that don't work that way. But let's pull this up, bro, and get into it.
um, you fall deeply in love with parenting, right? And what that means and understanding the responsibility that it takes. But you also learn as a father, the mother ends up doing so much more than what you can offer sometimes. And it's just facts. You don't have breast to feed this baby. You don't have the kind of just natural intellect to kind of carry things. That's why a lot of fathers just say, here you go, I don't know what to do, right? So I think for one, it's just accepting that, understanding that you are.
So again, they're starting off this whole thing, reproductive rights and the importance of women having children and all these different things. The problem and the issue is you guys are not addressing the children that are being hatched, the children that are being deleted. 20 million plus children, bro, over a 40-year period is crazy. Again, black people, I told you guys, we have a very, very um dearth of understanding when it comes to very, very important things. We've been surpassed and are going to continue to be surpassed by Hispanics in this country because they don't kill no babies. You know, for one, the religious aspect of it, Catholicism, they don't believe in that. Hell, they don't even believe in condoms for real, right? But you understand how a fundamental belief system can affect you in the long runs for something as important as numbers, as volume. Y'all keep complaining about, oh man, we don't got enough for this and that. And then, like I said, you look at the people that have less volume in the Asians, and they're outperforming us. And a lot of these immigrants, they're outperforming us. But now you got the Hispanics to where even though we're outperforming them, they come together more, so they're still outperforming us. I'm gonna keep saying this, bro. People don't understand the importance of and let me do it this way. Let me try this way. There we go. Let's do it this way. There we go. I like it this way. People don't understand the importance of, bro, um togetherness. Us niggas. Niggas don't understand that. For whatever reason, I told you it's this weird thing where we always got to get over on each other. You know what I'm saying? It's always either a finesse or I'm the best. A finesse or I'm the best. It's either I got to get over on this nigga or I got to, big bank, little bank this nigga, pull rank and shit. It's weird.
There to help produce and provide, but then there's gonna be so much more that you can't, provide. And so just trying to be a support system around whatever your spouse or your girlfriend at the time.
Is Dave Chappelle pro-black? I don't know. I don't think Dave Chappelle is pro-black. He married to a Filipino woman or some shit like that. But he does talk about a lot of black topics. But I don't think he's quote unquote pro-black though.
Was choosing to do with their body. It's something I've learned over the years, personal experiences from having to make that decision to have an abortion, with your girlfriend at a young age, to end up feeling like that you didn't have a say so in it, right? And then understanding as a man where you don't. Once you decide to go into that position and you put your seed into this woman, now that's her decision.
And again, no, bro, that's horrible. No, that was y'all decision to make the baby. It should be y'all's decision whether the baby makes it here or not. Black men, this is a cowardly approach to something that is important as life. Okay, y'all got to stop trying to be safe, bro, and be. Come on, now again, I am not for the irresponsible having of children, right? For two people and two adults is out here having fun. You getting your dick wet, okay, and her getting her pussy splashed, okay, should not result in a baby by any means unless it's agreed upon and not just agreed upon, but the baby's planned for, and you guys both have funds and you have a plan for this child. There are way too many unplanned children, bro. All right. But saying that, okay, once I nut in the bitch, she got all the motherfucking power and what she want to do with it. No, bro. That work that cuts bad on both sides.
You can't say, well, I don't want no baby. You can't have it. No. You should have thought about that before you go. So teaching my son that, right, and understanding that you have a decision very early on in the process, but later on you don't. And if you decide to go through with it, then you need to be ready to support and provide and do the things that you need to do. So that's kind of been my learning curve over the situation. And then just feeling horrible for as we were talking off camera, about all the women who lost their lives in this situation and not being able to have the medicine that they need. And not only around, reproduction and having babies, but even down to like fibroids, right? Mm-hmm. My wife struggles with that. And Black women not having the information that they need to figure out how to get rid of the fibroids and all those type of things. So whatever
Appreciate you. My bad. So yeah, shout out. My bad. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah. So what I was saying was, what do you mean black women don't know how to get rid of fibroids or how to deal with fibroids? In the 2010s, information came out as to where the relaxers were one of the most direct causes for fibroids in black women. That's why the locks movement happened like it was. Black women going natural and black women getting locks. A major part of that was them understanding that, hey, relaxing your hair is leading to and increasing the chances of you getting fibroids. So if I know this as a black man, how don't black women know this in 2026? Okay. If I know this as a black man and I heard about the research and I heard about the, how does a black woman not know this in 2026 when she got one of these in her hand? Okay. Again, one of the biggest things, bro, is we need to stop making excuses for people. Anything I want to know, I can put in this phone. I don't even have to type it. I can talk and say it. There's no excuses for being stupid or ignorant anymore, bro. None. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. You literally have the world, like the equivalent of the Library of Alexandria back in the fucking, BC days or whatever the fuck, in your hand. Any and all information that was ever available to man is in your hand. As it's up to date as of like, an hour ago, 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago.
We can do to just kind of lean in and learn and listen. That's why I've been like, same thing. Somebody would ask me a couple years ago. I said, I guess my perspective may have been different, but now we're in a time where you really just want to have a different understanding. I teach my son that, and then also my daughter, what decision she has to make before she lays down with somebody and how it can change your life, right?
So it's incumbent upon you to have that information if your desire is to be a father, is to understand the woman's point of view and the things that they go through. We think of a lot of things that we go through, our upbringing, not having a father or having a father, all our experiences, and the dream of being a father, and having a son or a daughter, and what kind of father you want to be. All of that comes to mind, but before inception, those thoughts never came to me in the sense of what she would go through. How would I handle being in a waiting room and being told something and not knowing information? Who do I lean on? All those things that come to mind that happen when you're in the delivery room or the process of having a baby or having a healthy delivery and all that stuff. And I think it's absolutely important for us to have these type of conversations and have these thoughts leading up into the idea and actualizing fatherhood. I think we center ourselves, the patriarchy of it all. We center ourselves. We're the ones that make it happen.
I always say something. I was raised by women.
Right.
And I ran into some brothers a couple of years ago, last year, when we were running for election, who felt like Kamala couldn't lead.
Correct.
I said, but your mother ran the house.
Right.
And my mother tragically died when I was 4, but my sister who raised me was a gangster. Could take $1 and balance the budget like in 25 minutes, $100. So I think that
What, nigga? Yo, chill out, bro. Nah, it was P Valley, bro. Chill out, man. Chill out, bro.
in order to trust black women, we gotta kind of like, I think you and I were talking about, or no, I was talking to my driver on the way over about holding yourselves accountable. 81% of people don't talk, and black men have to talk to the women. And a lot of the women, and it's not 81% of women, it's 81% of people don't talk. So I think it starts with a dialogue. But I can personally tell you, I can't imagine walking around with another person inside of me. And I think that we have to yield to women. And I don't think the government can tell you if you were raped. I mean, they're talking about if you were raped or molested, that you have to have that child.
Again, man, I'm gonna jump past this because clearly, y'all, this is a liberal talking point. Again, that people, we have to, as men, we have to set a standard and bar, bro, for honest conversations. If we're gonna have the conversations, let's have it in good faith, okay? All right, you have to have the motherfucking conversation. Don't bring up the 1% like it's the fucking 99. Okay, 1% or less of babies being had are forced pregnancies. Okay, even sex. Less than 1% of sex is forced and unwilling, right? And I'm not saying that to downplay it. I'm just giving context. Okay, women having men force themselves upon them is not a fucking just common thing. Okay, it is not common. It is not common from a volume standpoint. 99% of sex that is had is voluntary and consensual. And we know that shit. I think it's what? Probably 10% or less of sex that's being had results in pregnancy. So what are we talking about here? You got a percentage of a percentage of a percentage. So the chances of a woman being forced into sex and then that forced sex resulting in a pregnancy and then her not being able to have that. Come on, man, stop it. Why are we bringing this up like it's the damn, like it's like, let's just move forward, bro.
Women are the first wonder of the world. Despite what said, it's the first wonder.
Exactly.
That's the only thing outside of God that I know that.
No, bro, and you're putting women in the same motherfucking sentence as God, nigga. And women are the reason that human beings are cursed. If you believe in God, the woman should be the last person that you're praising. If you believe in God, you believe in the Bible, the woman worship should be the last thing. The Bible is the most red pill shit ever in life. The red pill book of all red pill books. The Bible tells you the bitch ain't gonna listen. She gonna do what she wanna do. She gonna hand that pussy out. She's gonna be lying and deceitful. The Bible tells you the ways of women, bro. What it says, traps and snares. The Bible tells you there's nothing worse than a woman, a scorned woman. The Bible tells you you would rather live on the roof of a house than under the roof with a contentious woman. The Bible is the most non-women worshiping book there is. So when you niggas bring up God and woman in the same sentence, you can't be talking about my God. You can't be. Are you asking me, do I know who Margaret Sanger is? Yes, but I don't know what that has to do with anything, brother. I know who Margaret Sanger is, yes. Margaret Sanger was a fucking serial eugenist that hated Negroes. That's who Margaret Sanger was. Black women don't seem to know that though. And one of the founders of the format of Planned Parenthood, brother. So I don't know if you knew here or you just checking me, but yeah. Yeah, brother. Again, like I say, you late. I beat you to the punch in saying that. So yeah, I don't know what the purpose of what was asking that. Shout out to my man Swarthy in the building coming through with the good scripture. Shout out to the brother Swarthy with the $5. Greatly appreciate your brother. Yes.
Ain't nothing but some money.
1 Timothy 2:14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived, was in the transgression. Thank you, bro. That's what I'm saying. It was the woman, right? Thank you, brother. Why again? Any man, I can't. The woman worship shit, bro. The Bible warns against the power that women has over men so many times, bro. The greatest men in the Bible, men that were of God's own heart, men that God deemed the most intelligent, men that God bestowed upon the strength of all the strongest man on the planet, all fucking fell because of who? A woman.
Creates
Yes.
first
Yes.
and foremost. The issues that we have are that the woman knows before we know whether or not life should be brought into earth, brought here, or if it should be aborted. They just
Bro, no, the fuck she don't. What the fuck you mean? A woman does not have the right to be executioner, nigga, for a baby. She don't know who that baby's gonna be. Now, mind you, I would sympathize and I can understand if the baby has some type of developmental issue, right? Or the woman, it's detrimental to her health. But again, that's less than 1%, bro. What? Let me see. Let me look up the let me see percentage of children born with deformities or defects. 3%, bro. And that's worldwide. Okay. All right. 3% is saying worldwide. 3 to 6 if you're in the United States. Okay. So why are we making it seem like every woman or the majority of women that are having babies are having these children that they're just not going to fare well? Shout out to my man Vet Life in the building for the 10. Appreciate you, brother.
Ain't nothing but some money.
Salute, homie. I'm so glad you're addressing this BS. This ish pissed me off. We look weak as fuck as a group of men. By the way, no notification that you were live. Hey, man, I know YouTube, bro, kicking my motherfucking back end, bro. But I appreciate y'all pulling up, bro. Hit the like button, man. That's why I gotta hit the like button. That's why I gotta hit the like button. Hey, I can't use certain words, JT. So you know I gotta get creative, brother. You know I gotta get creative.
Deserve to have that right for the simple fact of America does not allow us to run a system the way we should as a family. Men.
Now again, I say this too, bro. Listen. The representation here, outside of Clifton Powell, bro. Again, and even they got him now because you know Clifton Powell. This was his this humiliation ritual was on the soul because of his words of being unwilling to work with non-heterosexual men, right? Or not to play or refusal to play non-heterosexual roles. So this is Clifton Powell's humbling on the motherfucking, you know, the public square. That's what this really is. Why is there a guy with face tattoos having a very, very important conversation about the childbirth of black children? This doesn't make sense. It just does not.
Don't understand. You may be the leader, but you might not be the provider. Do you know how to lead if you are not the provider? In the midst of trying to figure it out, we coming from a whole bunch of systematic. It's been constructed for us to be the way that we are, to think that we are. That's not how it was
And
programmed.
then talk about that program I mentioned where they took they paid to take black fathers out of the house.
And then from there, me and Cliff was talking about that. When it started with the Section 8, women were able to take care of the kids without the man being in the house, which gave her the mindset that I can be the leader until I have to be the provider. And then after that, it was the crack epidemic, which guys started using when they was going to prison. Regardless, we stayed out of the house. Now it's social media. And the thing is, we were always here to protect the black women. And if you ever seen the movie Sparta, men were actually the leaders, but the leader knew how to lead because he still trusted the woman with the gift that God gave her, which was intuition and discernment. And if you knew how to treat your woman and she knew how to love and that stress was off her, it allowed y'all to operate as a family unit to be able to trust her so she can be able to trust you. Once you realize how powerful that woman is, a lot of us run around, and even for myself, I struggle with being monogamous because I didn't understand the value of the woman. But once you put a woman next to God, would you play with God the same way? And if you
Yeah, bro, no. And you got to stop this putting woman next to God shit, nigga. What are you talking about? No. Stop. Nigga, you can't put dick in God, nigga. What's wrong with you niggas, man? What's wrong with y'all? Are you listening to yourself?
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Bruh, stop the fucking woman and God shit, dog. They're nowhere near close or anything to the same. The fuck is we talking about? Stop it.
knew what you possessed as powerful, I don't think that we would run around with a promiscuous mindset of thinking it's okay because we want to look at women the way that we are downplaying the thing of how they are.
So I'm going to
real quick though. I think that there's something I think that's really dope that you started with is around women being first close to God, right? Like that's a fact. And talking about creation, talking about because I do think people talk about the human race all the time, and it started with blah 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 blah. It started in Africa, started in Africa with a black woman, right? And so I do think the close.
Again, man, y'all gotta do better scientific research, bro. Come on, dog. I gotta stop. Which again, you can't talk about God and then say that everything started with a black woman, which is it. Okay. And you're not referencing Eve. If you're talking God, your reference should be Eve. Not saying that Eve wasn't, I guess, black per se, right? But no one ever even argues what Adam and Eve were when it comes to, I guess, a race. But again, that's what I'm just.
Closest you could get to power, the closest you could get to life creating circumstances, and is with the black woman.
Wonder, yes.
But also just want to ground us in, when we talk about reproductive justice, it's not just about birthing, right? It's not just about having a kid.
Right.
And it's about, when we talk about bodily autonomy, it's about, we all want the right to control our bodies. I don't want nobody telling me what to do with my body, right? And live the life that we deserve, right? And so, you know, I do want to also make sure that, you know, I ain't got no kids, you know, just so I can't talk about, you know, the standpoint of a father, but there are fathers.
Yeah, is Buddy? I don't know. This he giving me brother fucker vibes, but I don't know if he a brother fucker. Who is this guy? I don't know who this guy is.
I was at this table. I also got 25 nephews and nieces. I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? I got strategy over here. But there's perspectives from all on this table from every angle of it, and I do want to go back to and you know, we can go wherever you wanted to go, whatever you wanted to say, but I do want to talk about that. You know, like you said, the government shouldn't be involved. Keeping in mind that this is a government that was.
One of the things that I love about this thing right here is that the next one I want to see is black men and black women sitting down together and talking about how do we learn to exist in peace. And I say that because I'm saying this, and a lot of times I have to catch myself. It's emotional. I grew up with a lot of violence around. My father, when he drank, I seen him knock women. My father fight a baby. He was just off. He was mentally off from the oppression of this culture that broke him. And, you know, so we were born, a lot of us were born into that, our fathers, and we're trying to break those cycles. So somehow that ties into me, to women's reproductive choices in terms of having a baby with a guy that's comes from a broken family, now the baby coming in with a broken family, and bam, 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 and mother's asking the father for support, like, yo, I ain't actually had that motherfucking baby. You know, that ain't shit. I don't even know if that's that motherfucker. I mean, there's so many levels to this that make women coward.
So I kind of see where Clifton Powell is going in this, right? But at the same time, again, I don't want to say he's acting, right? I think he's trying to explain his POV of blackness, right, from his era, which Clifton Powell got to be 60 something, I think, by now. Let me see. Clifton Powell age. Oh, damn, 69. So Clifton Powell's about to be 70 years old, right? So yeah, so this is a man, bro, that has seen a lot. And the most important part that he's speaking to is the conversation between black men and black women, right? And the degradation of that. Okay. The dissolving of the relationship between the black man and the black woman, which would be the mother and the father, right? And it's constant contention, this constant fucking stress, right, is what has to be fixed. Having men sit in a group and talk around what they think about with women, it's not going to fix shit. Having women sit around and talk about what they think about men, it's not going to fix shit. You have to have the two groups come together and put together a plan, a compromise. Well, get an understanding, right? Okay. You say what you want. You say what you want. Then we come to an agreement and compromise and meet somewhere in the middle. Okay. The thing is, for us, we're already on the clock. Sure, Tice, what's up, brother? Right? How do I sound preachy and self-righteous? This is crazy to me. This is crazy. But okay. But you have to come together, the two groups of people, to figure out how you're going to fix this. Again, like I say, you're on the clock. Dr. Claude Anderson said 2053. I'm telling you, it's more like 2043. With the introduction of AI and robotics, and they're saying by 2030, they're planning on 50% of their jobs to be pretty much obsolete. And this way, now we already know people don't have black people don't have a high involvement in STEM technology, things of that nature, things that are going to survive the longest until, you know, the complete and total AI and robotics take over, right? Bro, it's not going to last. We're not going to make it to 2053. It's not going to be that long. So you understand that, right? And how crucial it is for us to figure this shit out as much as we can quickly, you know, which again, unfortunately, the truth and fact of the matter is this is not going to be repaired overnight. This is not going to be repaired in 10 years. It's not going to be repaired in 20 years. This is going to be like a 3 to 4 generation process of getting black people back to a place of, you know, true hegemony, right? But it has to start somewhere, right? And one of the biggest parts of this is the mother and father dynamic. If you have kids together, bro, y'all got to figure that shit out. For one, you got to stop having unintentional kids with people you don't like and you don't know. That's the most important part. If you out here just randomly nutting in bitches, and if you out here just letting niggas randomly nutting you, and then you're using the, Planned Parenthood as a fucking form of birth control, you're the problem. Okay? Both parties. Y'all are the problem. But at the same time, the woman shares the lion's share of it because that man can only do what she allows him to do. And I don't want to hear shit about no put on a condom when women have condoms. We need to start the female condom movement, man. I'm sick of this shit. Y'all keep trying to just put it on the man and put the onus on the man, the man. Oh, why did he wear a condom? Why did she wear a condom? Why are we not talking about female condoms? Why not?
Not want to talk, you know, or be the victim of one guy shot his baby mama and the kids the other day. So I think we got to attack that from not just right now in this racist culture that we're seeing with this administration, but also from a generational standpoint. For sure.
I don't have.
Yeah, again, man. And again, bro, y'all gotta keep the politics out of this shit, bro. Black people, we're gonna have this serious thing about fixing the black community. The politics shit, bro, should stay out of it. But I know, and like I said, it's the problem with this, bro. This is how you know this shit is not. This is genuine. This is a fucking Democratic led, promoted, and everything. Fucking whatever the fuck you want to call this shit, bro.
The historical information, man. That's why I'm a listener, man. I'm a great listener. But you know, when I hear, you know, from your generation, your perspective, and your perspective, everybody's perspective in the sense that as we get into it, I feel like we let women down in that regard. We didn't stand on business. And
what you mean by that?
I just feel like we let depression wear us down. Fathers let depression wear them down and beat them down, take them out of the house, and
they forced them out of the house.
Forced them.
No, they had a program. They forced them.
I get
they didn't leave the house.
I feel that. I understand that. I can't. But ain't nobody gonna make me leave my woman. I get that. I get it. But ain't nobody gonna make me.
Y'all keep saying that, bro. Shut your lame ass up, bro. Shut up. Yes, the fuck they are. They are gonna make you leave your woman, and the woman chose for the shit to happen that way. Okay, the woman chose for it to go down the way that it went down. That is the problem. Shout out to my man, Sir Tyson, in the building. Brother, greatly appreciate you for the 10. Oh, shit. Hold on.
Throw a stack in his face. Ain't nothing but some money.
Hold up. In late 2010s, when we as men were discussing this on the panels, we was weak ass niggas. Now, no shade to Clifton. Dudes are going, it is regularly, no criticism, LOL. Lemmings, salute fan. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like I said, I told you. A lot of this shit, as much as niggas claim they hate the manosphere or whatnot, what have you, bro. All this format is from, quote unquote, the manosphere and the panels that niggas said was so weak. The panel ideas where you niggas get on the internet and complain and complain and complain and complain and complain. Now, motherfuckers, just doing the same shit in live and in person. Okay? But back to this shit as to where, oh, ain't nobody gonna make me leave my woman. Come on, bro. If that woman tell you, listen, I can't afford food, we can't afford the rent, you gotta get your ass up out of here, or at least, you know what I'm saying, just come here every other night. You can't be here in the daytime for the sake of the kids, bro. That's what you're gonna do. All right. That's what y'all not understanding and realizing. This wasn't something where the men were just being lazy or the men didn't want to provide. This is something to where the women saw the opportunity in it. The man agreed to do what the woman said had to do and didn't really have a choice because of poor job opportunities or lack of employment altogether, right? So, hey, you gonna let the kids starve over your pride, right? The problem was what happened is when it came time for the man, he finally got back on his feet, right? And he was trying to come back in the house. And he was like, hey, baby, we can get off this government assistance now. She was like, nigga, why would I do that? No, that's a pay cut. They're giving us, X amount of dollars for food per month. You only making this. So shit, if I let you back in the picture and even we add your income, we still at a deficit. So no, we're going to keep it the way we had it. You gonna come over here when you can come over here, when the damn what's name lady ain't coming, and then whatever. And then, like I said, ultimately what happened once they outlawed that rule, when they made that law illegal and it was no longer being enforced, right? Because people look, oh, well, they stopped that law. Well, nigga, you had the right to vote since when? And they had to make another amendment for the enforcement of the law. That's the same thing that happened with the whole putting the black man out of the house shit, right?
Leave my family. I get what I understand that I could never fathom what went on back then.
I think you might be alluding to weak ass men allowing things that might be coming up, like like, oh, this seems like, I don't know exactly the historical presence of it either, but
Now again, listen, why is he here? Why is a man that has nothing to do with a woman except from coming from one, has no chance of making children, intention of making children? Why is he in this conversation? Why? One of the worst things that black movements do is include the fucking Rainbow Coalition. R.I.P. Jesse Jackson. I ain't talking about his. Them niggas need to be out back. Okay? No pun intended. Pause. This has nothing to do with you, sir. Once you decided, okay? All right? Once you decided to do the bending, brother.
Are you gay?
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Once you decided to do the bending, brother, you eliminated from the conversation. Please move along.
you say like, oh, like, you stripping us from the house. Oftentimes, I'm a man who dates men. A lot of men are strong. So the way that you say you're not gonna take nobody.
Bro, listen, this is crazy. Why? What? I'm a man who dates men. Okay, it was, but why did he have to say that? How does he get to insert himself in this fucking conversation concerning a black family when you are anti-black family just by the lifestyle you chose, brother? What are we talking about here? And now you think you finna go around the room and ask me questions, nigga? Man, you don't get the fuck out my face. That would have been a quick misunderstanding, brother. Don't ask me no questions about fucking what the hell I'm doing with a woman and what I would do with my woman. Nigga, don't compare a nigga's sphincter strength, okay, to my fucking integral strength, nigga. That's of course, you strong as hell if you a man and you can deal with men. I believe you. Okay. Oh, and since niggas is discussing me, this is a perfect segue. So for you niggas that forgot about the 10 dicks a day, let me refer to you, right? Let me remind you. So the 10 dicks a day joke is a reference to my gay cousin, okay? That's what's the dude name? The I ain't gay no more dude that pulled the I ain't gay no more, and he became a preacher, right? After he found out he had the hills, okay? So he turned his life around after he said he got on. He had they call it Testimony Tuesdays or some shit, right? So this reformed gay man, all right, that was my cousin, got on motherfucking Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook and told a testimony of how he was fucking in Atlanta wearing dresses and shit and earrings and taking 10 dicks a day to survive because he was broke and homeless. Okay? So for you niggas that forgot, when I say 10 dicks a day, it could always be worse. That is the reference. Okay? No matter how bad my life is, nigga, it ain't never been 10 dicks a day bad. Never, and never will be. Okay? That's the reference for you niggas that be talking about me and wondering and shit and trying to make it seem like I'm fucking weird because you don't remember what the fuck I said. Okay? That's the 10 dicks a day reference, nigga. No matter how bad your life is it 10 dicks a day taking them bad? I don't think it is. If you living, you winning. And most importantly, not bending. You welcome.
from my family, you're not gonna strip me from my family.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't walk with that. A lot of people don't have that. So I mean, like, it is systematic, but I mean, at the same time,
I mean,
you somebody. I mean, you part of like the few men who's not gonna live their life like
I mean,
that.
I get a system that
So,
you live in a place
Yeah.
that is just geared to tell you ain't shit, you ain't shit, you ain't shit,
And it beats you down.
you ain't shit, you ain't shit,
Yeah.
and it beats your other counterpart down. So y'all come home to
Madness.
beating this. Yeah. Nobody want to heal anybody, right?
It's a lot.
You know what's crazy though, and I still got this thing, but you guys remember the scene in Clifton Powell. It's crazy now that I'm able to see this in real time and his face popped back up. Remember Dead Presidents? Put a one in the chat if you guys remember Dead Presidents. And y'all, I don't know what the fuck is up with this chat, man. I don't like this shit. The chat is incredibly slow on my end. So I don't know why StreamYard is not showing the shit the right way for some reason. I don't know why. It's weird. Yeah. So you remember the scene when I think this was right after the Cuddy situation, or either right before, when the girl was admonishing him and talking down to him and shit, and you ain't like you got no job, and you won't even fuck me because you have one of your little stupid ass episodes. Imagine, bro. And everybody talks about how detrimental the fucking Vietnam War was, bro. Again, so many people were fucked up from that. This is pre-mental health, right? They call that shit shell shock back in the day. They had no idea of the mental trauma and strain. This like, people give more credit to the crack epidemic, right, and this impact than the Vietnam War, understanding how many black men were drafted and forced to go into the war and see those fucking horrific things and face actual fucking frontline battle. Okay? This is why I say, bro, we got to get away from this street shit. No matter how bad the fucking crack epidemic was, bro, it was nowhere near as bad as the fucking Vietnam veteran era, bro. Y'all are fucking insane. This shit is ridiculous. Who could have said no? They couldn't have said no. The fuck is you talking about? No, they couldn't have. Yeah, bro. Again, Shadow Dragon, niggas want to give more credence, and I'm gonna do a stream on that, man. I'm gonna make sure I do a stream on that. I'm gonna see if I can get it. Anybody that got connects to a surviving Vietnam veteran, bro, you can have me hit him up, because I would definitely want to have that conversation with a brother that served in that, so people get a better understanding. I'm gonna put a thing out on IG for that too. I just think, bro, I know we give way too much credence to the wrong shit. But just think about this now. Vietnam War era and Dead Presidents, brother. I said Dead Presidents so underrated as to that, that time period in life and just how crazy it was for brothers. Yeah, niggas is crazy, bro. Niggas is ridiculous.
That goes into it.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of different influences that happen, whether it's drugs, right? We know that our community struggled with that for a long time.
But let's talk about them. Let's go back. Let's go back and talk about the CIA.
No,
Put the drugs in the
that's what I'm gonna say. We're in a country where drugs is probably the most highest profit of things that you want, right? But just speaking on fatherhood and being in the house and not being in the household, I think there's a lot of pressures coming from East Side, right?
Yeah.
I've looked at fathers who run in the household and had conversations with them and say, man, you've been on drugs since you was 12 years old, brother. Your brain doesn't have the capability of thinking correctly, right? You are afraid that you can't provide for your family, so you would rather leave, right? Not knowing that you have a woman who's willing to stay down with you and hold you down no matter what, right? So it's just, as a man who, even to this day, get nervous, right? Like, man, this shit is slowing up. Like, am I better off telling my baby? And then like, are y'all good? No, of course not, right? But you have to be honest about yourself and say, I'm fearful of certain things, and say, and not necessarily a weakness, but necessarily just like, I'm scared, right? That I can't provide. And now I'll either let someone else kind of tell me what I need to do, right? Rather than following my own intuition and having a relationship with my ancestors.
You know that there's a woman sitting at the table next to the sugar boy. Huh? No, is it? Hold on. What are you saying? Like a woman or like a man woman or a Decepticon? No, I didn't know. I didn't even see him. JT.
In the universe, and that can really guide you, or having that one-on-one with your lady. So many things that can pull people out of the house. Similar to the conversation, it's like, well, if I was enslaved, I wouldn't have done that. It's like,
Hold on. Which one, JT? The one to the left or the one to the right? I know good and hell well you ain't. Oh, the Arab. What the fuck? No, what, the right? His right, or his right or our right? I'm talking about the dude's right. This crazy, bro.
No. It's so many different things that go into why people do things, and sometimes you can name it to. It's like, oh, this person was being a coward, or this person was being, but a lot of it is fears, and a lot of it is because we're the minority, and because the pressure that comes from so many other people that don't look like us, it's a lot of pressure that makes you feel that way. And then you got the people that's in your community that pressure, right? And so as men, we do it to women, right? As men, that's the tier. We do it to women even more, right? We fall underneath that same thing. So to your point, we got to strip that away, figure out what the issue is with that, have those conversations, understand that it's layers and layers of what it is, but also don't be like, you weak as hell.
Let's make sure that word is like that now.
Yeah, bro. Listen, again, and that's another thing too. And we told you, and people have been breaking this down. Look, bro, and I told y'all this. I'm gonna say this again. Let me put myself on the big screen for this shit, bro. Let's put myself on the big screen for this. I'm gonna tell y'all again. Non-straight men know nothing about straight men. Non-straight men, brotherfuckers, know nothing about straight men. They don't know nothing, bro. They don't understand the rules because they don't have to live by them. The last thing you do to a group of men is come into the room and call everybody weak. Unless you plan on motherfucking fighting somebody. Oh, that's barbaric. That's violent. That's no, nigga, that's man. And that's not just niggas either. You are challenging the manhood of a whole group of men to where one of the main fucking aspects of masculinity is strength. Be it mental, be it physical, be it emotional, be it whatever, right? And the first thing you come out your mouth with is you niggas is weak? Or you weak, only a weak man? Man, shut your gay ass up, man. Shut up. Shut your gay ass up, bro.
You wouldn't be able to do it. You ain't been able to hold it down. But it's just like, man, it's so many, reasons why a man would leave a household. And then sometimes it's us not holding them accountable and saying, hey, look, man, you need to get your shit together. All right, you need to make sure you're over there. And now I'm sitting here playing spades with you and smoking again. You ain't seeing your kid 3 blocks down the street.
No accountability.
Right. No accountability. So to your point, as you were talking to your driver, let's take accountability, but then also kind of give each other a little bit of grace and understanding, especially our OGs who went through a lot, especially our guys who are coming from Vietnam, right? Who came home to nothing and lost everything and went out there and lost their mind, saw things we could never imagine, right?
Did everything for this place.
Did everything for this country just for them to take it away from you. And so now I say, well, fuck everybody.
That's my point to this.
Hey, shout out to him for bringing it up. Like I said, I'm watching this in real time with y'all, so I ain't even see this. So shout out to him for acknowledging that. And I think we need to, again, instead of fucking dwelling on fucking the crack epidemic and shit, bro, we definitely need to start there, right? That right there had way more black men fucking affected than the crack era, and that wasn't voluntary. Nigga, you chose to motherfucking mix that motherfucking baking soda and cocaine, nigga. They didn't choose to motherfucking fly their ass across overseas, right? And motherfucking lay down in the bushes and shit.
Conversation. I think that because I went to college and I got a master's degree in human relations, I really sat with and grappled with power and domination when it comes to like gender discrimination and when it comes to discrimination against women. So for me in this conversation, thinking about like fatherhood, I can't help but to think about the way in which I was introduced into this conversation about women's progression and how there were critiques of black women that talked about how us as men don't start thinking about this shit until we start having kids. So we start to think about how we only think about women when it's tethered to a man. Like, hey,
now again, this nigga need to shut the fuck up because his woman's not a black woman. Now that Conscious Lee has been exposed as a man with a non-black wife, I don't want to hear him say shit about what black women need to do and all this other shit. Oh, he got a mama. I understand he got a mama, but his wife, the person he chose to motherfucking make children with and you know what I'm saying, continue his motherfucking lineage, right? Not black. So he need to shut the fuck up. Yes, that's Conscious Lee. No, they showed her on the thing. Hold on, I'll see if I can find it. Hold on. I thought they had the damn thing there, bro. But they had him out there, and I'm pretty sure his wife is like Hispanic or white or some shit. One or two. One of the two. Somebody got the picture, give it to me. Brian, what up?
Respect her, bro. That's so-and-so, little sister. Hey, respect her, bro. That's so-and-so. So it's really thinking about how us as men, in terms of accountability, we really don't even have a good transition from objectification to fatherhood because you've been a fucker for 20 years. And now you don't want to be a fucker no more. Now you want to be a father. Because we don't have that accountability to think about like how we are taught to objectify women. I know in our conversations, it'd be like, hey, you can get respect from the homies based off how you get down a bitch.
Yeah.
To be real, you can get capital, popularity, preference based off of how you're able to dominate and objectify other women. So then when I come into the conversation and I want to talk about progression of women, we start to have different, I'm going to say pathology, different ways that stigma taps into it. And I think one of those is us being very critical about how we relate to women that's not related to us. Like, how do you respect women that's not your sister, that's not your mama, that's not your, you know what I'm saying, yo, you feel me? Oh, even when we find them attractive. Like, how do you respect for those women? And I think that the conversation starts before we start thinking about fatherhood. It starts to me, start thinking about it in middle school, you know what I'm saying? But also in this conversation though, it's like, hey, so before you became a father, before you became a father, when did you think about the general welfare of women?
Well, I'm adopted. So I think some of that has always been in my mind, just what will make someone give their child up, you know, since I've always known since I was 7. I mean, so what environment was she in? Did she feel protected? Did she feel wanted, cared for, seen? All the things. So early on, for me, I think for me, it's kind of gone to a place of just humanity of it all, just like a person. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Right. I want to feel how I feel. That's me. I want the same for everybody.
Yes.
I want you to live your life. I don't want nobody to take their life. But for the most part, if it makes you happy, go do your thing. That's me. Right. That's who I am. I understand that a lot of people are not like that. A lot of people also don't have my experience.
Yeah.
And who is this guy? I know he's an actor. Who is he though? He's an actor or what's the name or something. Who is this guy? I'm trying to remember. And that's the thing too, bro. Celebrities should not be speaking for the regular people. Okay. Celebrities and fucking and influencers, bro. I just don't believe it. It's fake. I don't believe this shit. Whenever you get a panel of nothing but fucking, you know, people that are exalted to where we've come to understand and know that these people are never who they really appear to be on the internet, dog. You can't trust the shit. No, it's not genuine. Yeah, what did he play in? Okay, there we go. All right, Shot Jesus. Okay, there we go. Okay, all right. That's what I was trying to remember who I knew who was. I appreciate y'all.
Probably made me this way. For sure. My upbringing, you dig? Single parent household, only my mama. Watching my mama deal with men, a safety engineer at NASA, you know, surrounded by white men, telling her she don't know what she's doing, and she telling them, you got to put the gloves on. You know what I mean? It's my perspective is from that's my earliest.
I want to because how in this moment, because we have.
So who is this guy? And again, is this a straight dude? Because I'm not getting straight dude vibes from Buddy. Who is? Everybody know who this dude is? I don't know who this guy is. He a little lispy. And he played a brotherfucker. See, he compromised, man. He compromised. And this is what I told y'all, bro. This is really a humiliation ritual for Clifton Powell, because Clifton Powell, I don't know if you guys remember this. Put a one in the chat if you guys remember this or you're aware of this. Clifton Powell received a lot of backlash either at the end of last year or early this year because he spoke about how he refused to play gay roles and do gay shit on camera. He went with it. This is 70. We come to find out this is a man that's 69 fucking years old, bro. And y'all expecting him to be cool. You know, this is how dangerous that movement is, dog. Appreciate your prime last year. This is how dangerous the fucking the L. Gibbons movement is, bro. This is how dangerous that shit is. It's crazy. He is. I don't know. Cope approach, I don't know. Okay, my bad. I take it back, brother. If you know. All right, my bad, brother.
When we're talking about the government, we have abortion bans in Georgia, my home state, Texas. That's leading to women dying, you know, babies dying, people.
No, it's not, bro. Y'all got to stop this propaganda. Stop the propaganda, bro. Less than 1%. What are we doing? A percentage of a percentage. I got to stop this. No. This is why I keep politics out of this. Black people, if we're going to have a serious conversation, it needs to be about us and us only. Not no fucking Democratic motherfucking talking point bullshit. Okay? Not no Democratic motherfucking ticket selling point. Kamala lost, nigga. Sweepingly. Okay? Kamala lost. All right? The Supreme Roe v. Wade will not be unreversed. Okay? Anytime soon. Not happening. Pack that shit up, B. Pack it up. Yeah, they don't.
Being less safe. And here we have folks, we've been hearing about folks being hung, lynched. We've been hearing about so many things.
Right. And self-discovery, right? Understanding that my wife had her own journey of therapy, being introduced to anger management, right? It's not because you're punching holes in the wall, but it's because you just get certain triggers that you don't know how to handle. You don't know how to. So I think for me, I'm going on a journey, and I'm curious if you all are going on this too, or eager to go on it, because I am learning how to be more enthusiastic about it. Because therapy saying, I don't feel like talking to somebody. I don't want to, So just having that kind of, for me, that's where I'm at, and figuring out that's how I'm gonna make my wife feel safe.
Yes.
She wants to know that in any conversation, I ain't gonna just be like, all right, I gotta go outside and smoke real quick. All right. She wants to feel safe in the.
Bro, y'all gotta stop this, bro. Again, and when you speak life into these fucking talking points, bro, and these false narratives, y'all got me saying talking points, not talking points. These false narratives that are extremely detrimental to the image of black men, bro. I can't trust you. I cannot trust you. American women in general are the most protected fucking women on the planet, bar none. Okay, bar none. The best laws, the best motherfucking consequences, everything. The idea that if a man does something to a woman, nothing's gonna be done to him, bro. That's bullshit. Hell, even if a woman says a man did something to him and he hasn't actually done it, he could be found guilty and he could be motherfucking punished for something he didn't ever do. So y'all gotta stop this shit, bro. You're cutting off your own motherfucking nose, all right, for a bitch that don't even like your face. Okay? Black men, stop cutting off your nose for a bitch that don't even like your own face, bro. I'm telling you, stop. Stop. Y'all gotta stop speaking into this fucking this bullshit narrative, dog.
More we can make them feel safe, and because you naturally we all want to provide. Most men, you want to be the provider, you want to go out there and do the thing, but you forget about it ain't just monetarily, it ain't just hanging out with your son and your daughter. It's like, how do I have these conversations and actually know how to have them? Because sometimes you don't understand that, you don't get taught how to deal with impulse control and all those type of things. I would be curious to know. Then you all had your own therapy journey and trying to figure out how to obviously keep it with your spouse
amongst each other. But we don't have different perspectives. It's okay to take perspectives from white people because they don't have the mindset of survival that we have. So when you hear this, you think different.
We have to realize that honestly, statistically, the safety from a partner in America is that you're actually less safe from your partner generally. Partner violence is so the safety has to come from how you build an accountability outside of that relationship, outside of that family. What is that village you're building, right? And so I'm interesed. I'm
listening. So like I'm just gathering information. I have a lot.
Well, I'm saying both of y'all. Jump in there. How are y'all thinking beyond like I'm gonna protect my partner, because I think that there's a value.
The fact that y'all telling me they have a non man here, that there's a woman at this table impersonating a man. Again, I can't trust anything about this shit. This is a shit show. This is a fucking shit show, bro. Two individuals, right? Now, mind you, I'm glad he hadn't said anything, right? Has did nothing but listen, but what value do you have to bring to a conversation? You don't even value being a woman enough. So you can't value being a woman. You can't value women. How you going to value women if you hated being women so much you became a man? Just saying.
I think there's a value in I'm gonna protect my partner. Ain't nothing gonna happen to my partner. At the end of the day, though, when you have such big systems that are targeting you and doing their best to pull y'all apart, doing their best to divide y'all and pit y'all against each other,
very important. But we don't think about the colonial aspect of therapy, which I mentioned in our conversation earlier.
what we own and what we, you know what I'm saying? That is not what protection is. That's not what safety is. So I'm thinking about, you know, outside of that, how do y'all think about safety outside of just I'm the protector? You know what I'm saying? How do we build that?
The thing that pops into my head right now as we're having this conversation is this, like the system is capitalism, and what that looks like is we're talking about therapy, which is, I think, is very important, but we don't think about the colonial aspect of therapy, which I mentioned in our conversation earlier, and how capitalism and this individualistic view of our responsibility.
Yeah, bro. I know. Listen, bro. Black people, we gotta leave this communism shit alone, bro. Communism is never gonna work. Communism has never worked. Communism is never going to work. Just the way y'all say that, capitalism is broken because crony capitalism, and you know people get greedy and they steal from the West. But again, at least in capitalism, when the motherfucking rich steal, you still got a motherfucking opportunity to become rich. Communism, no. If you're not one of the motherfucking oligarchs, okay, no, your ass is motherfucking cannon fodder. They're gonna use you to promote the motherfucking bullshit. And as soon as you figure out what it is a big ass motherfucking pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, and still only the people at the top get the motherfucking, you know, be in this wonderful, glorious fucking system that they talking about, benefit from it, they shoot you dead in the street and replace you. That's communism. The people at the top never get cold. The people at the top never go hungry. The people at motherfucking at the top never see the gulags. Right? They never get motherfucking marched out into the motherfucking the cold tundra to die. Shout out to my man Sir Tice again for another 5. Appreciate you, brother.
Ain't nothing but some money.
We've been systemically blanked. Now we don't have conflict resolution skills, and we need to look to YouTube for advice. Pick a struggle, yeah, or whites for advice. Was it white or YouTube?
As well is tied to breaking up of our communities. You talked about a village, so when we're thinking about our families, like you as a father, I'm not a dad, I don't have any children, I don't plan on it. When people think, okay, I have a family and I'm raising.
And again, this for them to know that, bro, and laugh and giggle that way, again, bro, this is just bad. This is all bad. You can't have children the way a man would have children. Shmam. You cannot have children the way that men would have children. It'll be awkward as hell for your ass to be motherfucking pregnant with a motherfucking beard.
My children is like mom, dad, kids, and we forget like that is a lot of pressure, and it's not supposed to be that way. Right. I think it's supposed to be a community of people that are helping each other, and we have not done.
No, motherfucker, it's supposed to be mom, dad, kids first, and this communal bullshit, bro. Stop. The family starts individually first. Okay? The family starts individually first in your house, then you spread to the community. You don't start the fucking family with the community. No, we don't all have the same points of view. We don't all have the same beliefs. We don't all have the same values. So with that being understood, my family starts with me and my wife, or the woman I chose to have those children with, and the values we want to instill in our child first. Then we go out into the community and screen the families that align with our values. We screen the character of the other parents because we know the parents will be a reflection of the child. So you just do this community shit. This is how the fucking hood got fucked up and how shit got going because everybody was just mingling with everybody. Well, first you had a breakdown of the morals and values. Right? If you go back to Clinton Powell's generation, right? Everybody had a high moral value and a high fucking foundation of spirituality, religion, whatever you want to call it, across the board. We need to treat each other a good way. We need to take care of the little bit we got, even though we don't have much. And we want you to be better than what we were. The further you move along, the further we get away from that. Niggas throwing motherfucking bottles and breaking glass and pissing on the sidewalk, graffiti and shit, all the little shit that we think is it's culture. Y'all understand this shit, bro? We call motherfucking again, bro. Niggas is just so backwards, dog.
We have not created that community. It's just like, I'm over here with my family here, I'm over there with my family there, and there's no communication. And I think that's ultimately something that's really important, is us being able to come.
Brother, I don't know what to call you. Biological woman that's posing as a man. You are the problem. I would never want my children to deal with you. You're a source of confusion. Never. Same thing with the brotherfucker. No. Your family cannot deal with my family. That don't mean I hate you or I'm a bigot or so on and so forth. I don't want my child introduced to those. No, I don't want him knowing anything about that. I keep telling y'all this shit, bro. Human beings are innately understanding of heterosexuality because that's the way you're supposed to be, right? Once you get outside of that abnormality and now you introduce that to a child sees that and now they're curious. A child sees that and they know it's not right, but again, as we know, children are intrigued by, weird things, odd things, whatever, so on and so forth. So now you have the question, well, what do you mean you got two daddies? You're not supposed to have two daddies. And because the kid with two daddies says, yes, I do, that's normal. My daddies, they love me just like your mom or your dad does. And now my kid comes back and tells me, well, Timmy has two daddies and he says it's just like you and mommy. Oh, no, the fuck it's not. So now, well, your daddy's a bigot. See, that's what my daddies told me. Men like your dad, they're evil and they're mean and they just don't understand. Now there's confusion in my household because of your fucking dysfunction. Get the fuck out of my face, bro. The fuck out of my face. That community shit is dead. You don't get to tell me what I choose to do with my fucking family. Hell, if I just want to be isolated, as long as I'm able to provide and protect and do everything I need to do for my motherfucking family, you don't motherfucking tell me how to operate my shit. If I choose to be a part of the fucking community, that's my choice. But most importantly, the community will only be involved as much as I want them to be involved in the parts of the community that I agree with and align with. You get the fuck out of my face. Schmam.
Together and create from there, create the community where everyone has a responsibility to themselves and each other.
Our natural ways have been dismantled.
Real quick, do you have examples of what that looks like in your life?
Give me a more specific question.
If it's not, you think about it, but just like what that protection, what that looks like. You talked about colonial effect on therapy. Yeah, now, I know that to me, I'm like, hell yeah, talk about the colonial therapy. But I also don't. I know that a lot of people don't know what the hell that means, right?
Saying, like, when you think about therapy and when you're going,
and I'm not asking you necessarily about that. I'm asking you generally what that protection and that outside help and such looks like in your life.
Like growing up, I'll use my life as an example. Obviously, I grew up with both my parents, my mom and my dad. From the outside, it would look very traditional, but my mom was the one that was really holding everything down. My dad was very supportive with me when it came to providing monetarily. He also was the one that had a more formal education, so he was able to help me when I needed help with schoolwork. But when it came to my care, it was my mom that was there. And then I noticed the way that he behaved, or like his behavior around women, and how he was with my mom, how he was with his sisters and his mother, and how he was with me. So I'm, as a trans person and as being his daughter and his little girl at the time, he treated me with such care, and it was the complete antithesis in the way that he treated my mother and the way that he treated his sister. So it was interesting to see him treat my mom like shit, and then be like, no, but my sister's like, I'll kill somebody if someone messes with my sister. I'll kill somebody if someone messes with my mother. I'm like, why don't you bring that same energy to my mother? So when in my process, like in my transition, and when I started thinking about how I wanted to show up as a man in this world.
Yeah, man, listen, bro, again, this is a person that, again, it always comes back to trauma and being traumatized and shit, and people that have a very, very low understanding of, what manhood is, given yeah, shout out to JT. Appreciate you, JT. Like I said, yeah, his wife is not black. His wife ain't black. Is she mixed? I don't know if she might be mixed. I don't know. But yeah, no. I don't know if she mixed or not. But a person that's traumatized, bro, and speaking from this thing, and you're telling us that how you want to show up as a man, but you're telling us you had a poor example of what a man was. This don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. Is that no. Trent, no. This is a woman that's trying to present as a man. We will back it back up a little bit, pause, so we can get the full context of this shit.
I noticed the way that he behaved, or like his behavior around women, and how he was with my mom, how he was with his sisters and his mother, and how he was with me. So I'm, as a trans person, and as being his daughter and his little girl.
A trans person, again, crazy. Why are you sitting at this table? We're trying to fix the black family dynamic and the disconnect between black men and black women. It should only be biological black men, only biological black women. Point blank, period. Anything else is confusion. Anything else is some fringe outlier shit that's only going to motherfucking keep away from progress. Okay? We'll get to y'all later. Y'all ain't got shit to do with family anyway.
At the time, he treated me with such care, and it was the complete antithesis in the way that he treated my mother and the way that he treated his sister. So it was interesting to see him treat my mom like shit, and then be like, no, but my sister's like, I'll kill somebody if someone messes with my sister. I'll kill somebody if someone messes with my mother. I'm like, why don't you bring that same energy to my mother? So, I mean, so when in my transition, and when I started thinking about how I wanted to show up as a man in this world, it was like I wanted to borrow that softness that he embodied when he was interacting with other women in his family, but not the way that he treated my mother, and what that partner violence looked like, and why. So I started to question, what was his view of my mother? Because clearly he didn't see her as family. Not really. He saw her as an incubator that gave birth to his child that he now loves and cares for, and then he has his sisters and his mother that he also cares for and wants to protect.
And again, bro, this y'all telling me this is motherfucking Arab, bro. Come on, that's how they get down. This how the Arabs get down, brother. That's your culture. Don't get mad at us. They ain't got shit to do with us. That's the family you was born into. That's how the man in that culture understands women. So this has nothing to do. Why again? Why is this man talking about black women, or this woman talking about black women? If this is a fucking, you know what I mean, motherfucking Habib. Shout out to a man, Coon of Coons, man, for the 10 for the win. Appreciate you, brother. Day one in the building.
Ain't nothing but some money.
A transformer, a D-list actor, an aggressive BABF is crazy. Sit down for a conversation about how to love black women. Too much comedy. Yeah, man. This is crazy, bro. This is horrible.
All the women that he would be engaged sexually with were just that. There were things that I got would get pleasure, and they can make me a meal, and that was that. Personally, I grew up with all women. Like, single parent home, had no grandparents except my grandmother, no grandfather. Both had passed away before I was born. Father wasn't around, and taking care of everybody. So I've always conceded.
Who is this guy? Who's this fellow? Anybody know?
Power to women. That's been my nature. Like I said, my nature and my nurture is because that's all that was there. So for my journey, I was in autobiographies trying to figure out where's a man and who can teach me how to do it. What does it look like? I'm looking to Sam Davis Jr. and Sidney Poitier, and anybody's got autobiography about whatever, Bill Cosby, only to get that dream shattered. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think a lot of men who've grown up in those environments are trying to figure out how to hold themselves accountable while also holding themselves hostage. Right? I was trying to take up for my father not being there. I was trying to take up for my grandfather's not being there, overcompensating and not necessarily knowing exactly what my place and my position was. So I think I can't speak for everybody, but I think a lot of black men just don't know when they say be a man. What does that mean? Yeah. And not even what does that mean? That doesn't mean the same thing for this woman. That doesn't mean the same.
Now again, I agree with him on this, and I think it's one of the biggest things and biggest issues and problems with the black men, right? As a collective, the definition of black manhood, bro, is so fucked up. So fucked up, bro. A lot of aggression, a lot of ego. Very little value in intellect, right? A lot of bravado, charisma, right? But principle, like real principle, Not, hey man, I'm gonna die by my respect. No, that's not principle, brother. That's foolishness, right? And I told y'all the biggest elevation or graduation in black manhood, bro, is understanding that I ain't gotta be tough. That shit right there, bro, takes such a fucking weight off of you as a black man. You got it, brother. You got it, man. Just give a nigga a nod and go, hey, how you doing, brother? So on and so forth. Nigga mugging you and fucking eye wrestling. I didn't get rid of that, bro, till I was like 40. 40 years old. It took me in my mind to realize what this, like, I'm not losing nothing here. Am I really prepared to fight this nigga or have to shoot this nigga over fucking staring each other down over a stare down unnecessarily? You feel me? Or I can just, and going about my way. You feel me? That we gotta fucking train ourselves out of that, man. The Niggerlander syndrome is real. The Niggerlander shit, bro, there can only be one. That's real shit. And until we get that out of the way, dog, it's never gonna be any progress. Until we get, I got more money, nigga, big bank take little bank, until we get rid of that shit, dog, just off rip, that's the instant thing that another black man comes to another black man with, just principled. Yeah, no. Well, no, you said that. No, I don't just automatically say that to a nigga. Now, if a nigga challenge me and he want to talk about my pockets when I know his pockets is empty, that's totally different. But I'm never approaching a black man comparing like, oh, that nigga broke. No, never doing that. Right? But this permanent fucking state of like just purposeless competition, bro, with no winners, that's one of the biggest hindrance to fucking progress we have.
For this woman, what is her, so I think a lot of it is double dutching. It's like, how do I give myself enough grace while also pushing myself and challenging myself to learn and listen and hear? And like I said, like even there's not a single same perspective. It's all different. It's all different. We're all figuring it out. I think that's, like I say, it's like, how much grace can we give ourselves? How can we hold ourselves accountable without the guilt and the shame kicking in? Because guilt and shame will do a whole lot. Guilt and shame will freeze you up. Guilt and shame will keep you from actually sitting in a space that actually is safe. You don't know that it's safe because you're so used to putting on. It's just, I think it's having space to even do this. This is village.
And right? Accountability, like you said, giving yourself that grace and then understanding when it's like, all right, tighten up.
All
right, it's time and then educating yourself. A lot of us, we don't remember to read, right? Y'all remember them posters that they used to say read, and you got your celebrity on there, and you don't see them posters no more, right? You don't even see things to really push each other, right? So the more we can kind of educate ourselves, and like you said, to your point, to the village, right? Understanding that it's there, it's obtainable, right? I just shot a movie in Nicholson Gardens, and I'm like, yo, all these kids in the project still got villages that we are taking away. You try to get away from it's tough times in the black neighborhood. It's like, man, these kids still out here playing. They still out here having a good time, right? And understanding like why or what that is for certain communities.
And why the fuck are we talking about the projects, bro? Again, this is another thing, bro. I think the poverty rate for the black community is like 20-some%. Let me see, like poverty rate. Let me see. %, 20.7%. Okay, 20%. Why do we always go back to the identity of blackness being poverty? Why? That is not the majority of, or even a major minority of the black community and black existence. Why do we always keep going back to this shit? Projects is the poorest of the poor, bro. You poor if you live in the fucking projects, dog. Ain't no fringe, ain't no borderline. If you live in government housings, you are poor. Okay? Why are we using that as the fucking basis when it's like 20% or less of the fucking population? What are we doing? The projects is even lower because 20% includes like Section 8 and shit, right? But the projects, we got to get away from that, bro. Stop. Vast majority of fucking kids now, especially, don't grow up poor, dog. You got to stop this shit.
Why it's necessary for them. They don't got nobody else. So they got to send their kids outside and say, hey, can you watch my kid today for a second? I got to go to work, whatever. So sometimes you get above yourself and think, I don't need nobody. I done made enough money. I can pay for this nanny over here.
rather than being like, oh, no, Luke, you want your kid to come hang out with my kid today? And then we go do this, all right, cool, we hang out. Remembering that it's all there and it's obtainable, but sometimes we push it away ourselves too, you know?
Something that I really do think about when we think about power, right? Because I think we misunderstand power. We've been taught all types of false definitions and notions of power. And a lot of the time, the way that we understand power is really abuse, right? It's like we bully each other. We abuse our power over each other and say things that we're not supposed to. We bully or abuse our power over women. We abuse our power over kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the time, that's what we see. And I want to know just a simple question when we're thinking about, I think, with the opposite of abuse, when we think about love, and love can be powerful. Love can be extremely powerful. What does it mean to love Black women? And I want y'all to think about, because you was talking about what did you say? Accountability. Holding ourselves accountable while holding ourselves hostage. Trying to hold ourselves accountable. We were talking about parents and all type. So I'm just we can tie all of that shit in. It's not.
Y'all sure, buddy? Come on, man. Come on, bro. I don't believe it, dog. Y'all telling me this a straight man, dog? Y'all telling me this a straight man? Y'all fucking playing with me right now. The nigga may not be confirmed, and he say he in Georgia, or he from Georgia. He didn't say what part. Come on now. Y'all about worse than these hoes. This is a straight man my ass. Pause.
A limited conversation, but just thinking about, just first to introduce it into, like, what does it mean to love Black women?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got a perspective about love. One perspective about love. I think that love is uncontrollable. I think it's spontaneous. I think in its rarest form, you cannot contain it. And I think that's the first part. I think it doesn't.
You know what though? And no, nigga. Love is control. Love is measure. Love is sacrifice. And let me take that back. I'm gonna say no. Okay, everybody's definition is different, right? But far too often we confuse love and in love. Love and in love are two totally different things. Okay, in love is an emotion. In love is fleeting. In love is spontaneous. In love is exciting and exhilarating, right? Love is measured. Right? Love is earned. Love is love is rare. True love, bro. Everybody don't get that shit. You shouldn't. You have a general respect. I love all people. No, the fuck I don't. I don't love all people. I respect all people as human beings, but the people I love, very, very few and far between. Love is the most powerful thing, bro. That, I think they say that, and hope. Love and hope, bro, are the two most powerful fucking things in human existence. Love and hope. Right? And I don't think you can have hope without love, right? But we got to get out of this in love thing in confusing the two.
It belongs to everybody, and how it's received and how it's received is not up to you. But it's how you give it is up to you. But I think it's first there. Understanding what the power of love really is, because I think everybody has their perspective of what love is in my household. What love is with my woman.
Right.
As opposed to what does love mean to her? Mm-hmm. What does that mean to you? I'll tell you what it means to me. You tell me what it means to you.
I like that. Go ahead. I like it.
I'm going to combine like a couple of different topics, and it won't be in any chronological order. So
it makes a lot of money. It's nice. Everybody wants it. Everybody's fighting for it. Makes a lot of money. Love is not a thing that we can control.
I like that. Go ahead. I like it.
I'm going to combine like a couple of different topics, and it won't be in any chronological order. So just bear with me.
Mm-hmm. One thing just is first.
I see this head nod going. I like that. Go ahead. I like it.
I'm going to combine like a couple of different topics, and it won't be in any chronological order. So just bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that conscious will talk about is pandering, and me as a Black gay man, for me, love shows up as different.
Again, bro, come on. Why do you have to keep saying that? You already said you was a brotherfucker one time. This is why they can't be involved in these conversations, bro. You tell a nigga you gay once, nigga you gay. You don't have to tell me every time before you fucking speak. This is why I keep telling you cannot have that movement within any Black movement. It is totally separate. They always put that first. Be it whoever this nigga is, be it Don Lemon, be it whatever. They let you know about their sexuality first. What the fuck does your sexuality have to do with the progression of black men? Fuck are we talking about? I don't give a damn how love shows up for you, nigga. It's unpleasant. Clearly.
There's no sex attached to my care for black women. So I was
duh. You don't say. Can a man love his wife without having sex with her? Can a man love his woman without sharing the most connecting bond between a man and a woman? This is why these type men don't need to be included in this conversation. Should a child not be made out of love? If we want to get into the esoteric, right, and the spiritual and whatnot, what have you, right? There's no more powerful fucking thing of two people that love each other bringing life into this earth in love. And I'm not saying in love as in like in love, but you know, in love, right? Nothing more powerful. That child, I believe, has a level of energy and power and blessing, right? Before he or she even comes into this earth, because they were made the right way, right? Two people that actually care about each other, that actually have feelings for each other, have the hopes of the best of wishes and everything for each other, that truly love each other, and then we come together and we say, hey man, we're gonna do this, we're gonna bring a life into this world. No more powerful than that.
Say for me as a child, one of the strongest women that were in my life was my grandmother. She was someone who, she loved me with everything. She was someone who made sure that whenever I walk into a room, know that, you know, I'm not trying to sound cocky or nothing, but eyes will be on you. People will be listening to you. Whatever you want to be in your life, you can be, whether that be a president, a CEO, whether you own your own business, whether you be a millionaire, anything you want to do, you can do. And with that, my grandmother was someone, she was a banker. You know, she was someone who, she helped her community. All the people from Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, North Little Rock, Arkansas, she knew all the millionaires. She knew all the business owners. She told people yes, no. She ran her bank. She ran her branch. She had people pull guns out on her trying to rob her. That same woman who left work, she was someone who raised two strong sons. My father was a federal investigator. My uncle, my late uncle, he was a manager of the VA for the suicide unit. She was someone who raised strong black men. And the same black men that she supported, the same black man that she fed that was also her husband, be the same people that put their thumb on that motherfucking head. You know? So what I'm trying to say is someone who can be so strong, we also live where we're in a community where traditionally, once the white man took his thumb off of us, a lot of us put our thumb on the woman. So one thing that you talked about as far as like your dad and how you treated your mother, I feel like one privilege it is to not be gay. I'm not gonna lie, I love being gay. Like, you know, like whether it's not a choice, it's not a choice.
Bro, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Now we got a motherfucking gay, what's the name, man? What are we doing, dog? Oh shit, my bad. Shout out to PBB Army, brother. I don't know how I missed this, brother. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to PBB for the 20 ball. Greatly appreciate you.
Ain't nothing but some money.
Nothing is made for grown men. All these cigarettes are trying to influence the young boys, brother. That's unfortunate, bro. That's the dangerous part, brother. That is the dangerous part right there, brother. Shout out to you, brother. I greatly appreciate you. I'll see what it is. I can't do this. This studio shit is horrible. Dude, the same studio is not working right. At least not for me. So I'm chill on that shit. Oh shit, hold on. Fuck. Damn, hold on. Damn, brother. Shout out to where you at, bro? Shout out to a man, Thomas Collier 6262. Appreciate you, brother, for the 5.
Ain't nothing but some money.
Men should love, but he shouldn't demand love from a woman. It's respect and honor we desire. BABG all day. Appreciate you, bro.
Choice is not a choice, but in my life, what I feel is, you know, it was karma for the straight men, and also like to reject what patriarchy and masculinity look like. Because I have
What, nigga? Karma for the straight man? What the fuck? What does that even mean? Did he say karma for the straight man? Did he say karma for the straight man? Hold the fuck up. Slow this shit down. What the fuck this nigga say?
someone who raised strong black men, and the same
Nigga, how?
black men that she supported, the same black man that she fed that was also her husband, be the same people that put their thumb on their motherfucking head. You know? So what I'm trying to say is someone who can be so strong. We also live where we're in a community where traditionally, once a white man took his thumb off of us, a lot of us put our thumb on the woman. So one thing that you talked about.
What the fuck is you talking to us? Nigga, you not included in this conversation. You said yourself, you don't even like women. So why are you talking about us? You do not know us here.
Out as far as like your dad and how you treated your mother, I feel like one privilege it is to not be gay. Not gonna lie, I love being gay. Like, you know, like whether it's not a choice, it's not.
What's y'all laughing for? What's a straight man? Whoa, what the fuck is funny for this shit? This is what I'm saying, bro. This is why straight man, bro. We gotta get the shit together, bro. This shit not like, no, brother. I would have had to interject, like, brother, this you being gay has nothing to do with this conversation, brother. You said it several times before. We understand that you're gay. Make your point. What the fuck does you adding to and telling us about your Listen, man, your booty hole motherfucking you know, whatever you got going on with your butt, man, brother, the fuck is we talking about? What does it have to do with anything?
Not a choice. It's not a choice. But in my life, what I feel is, you know, it was karma for the straight men, and also like to reject what patriarchy and masculinity look like, because I had to choose how I'm.
And he did say that karma for the straight man. The fuck, nigga? That don't make sense. Why the fuck is you choosing them? Listen, hold on, man. My bad. Hold on, man.
You was on the outside fucking booty hole.
Yeah, man. Listen, bro. You want to be on the outside fucking booty holes, brother. That's your business, but don't put that shit on us, nigga. Ain't no karma because you a brother fucker, nigga. Get out of here.
I'm going to live my life. So you know how you were talking about how your dad, he was real good with his mom, he was real good with his sisters. Yes, a lot of men, they just live based off of the moral code. You don't even know what your own motherfucking morals are. Right. A lot of you just want to have children because that's what you're taught to. You didn't get no education. You're not saying you have to get education. You have no craft. You have no skill. So all you can do is really just have fun and have children. Nigga, fuck you.
This is a black woman with a dick, bro. This is why this conversation can't be had with those individuals. This nigga sees himself as I don't even know what to call it. A stand-in black woman. This is all the rhetoric we hear. And then it ended up with the nigga fuck you. But it's supposed to be about the men. You know what I'm saying? Look at how every other man spoke, right? And being critical, right? And assessing the situation and talking about accountability. But the most disrespectful person, I got to do just a outtake of just his shit alone, bro. This is ridiculous. Right? And this might be where fucking Clifton Powell steps in. I don't know. Let me see.
And then another thing that I want to say is too, a lot of people, you know, when I said, like, you know, having accolades and things like this, a lot of my friends, and especially when moving to Houston, I have such a respect because, like, in Arkansas, a lot of people had kids by the time that they were my age. I'm 26. Majority of my friends, like, they're between 29 to 30 to 40, you know, beautiful women, well into the careers, clocking 200,000 plus. You know, my allyship.
You're a fucking lying, nigga. Stop lying. Stop lying, nigga. You said Arkansas for one. I promise you, all of your fucking female friends in fucking Arkansas is not clocking 200,000 plus. That's another thing, bro. Stop this bullshit. We've done the numbers I don't know how many times. Black women are not just these rich motherfuckers out here. All of them rich. All of them got a fucking Maybach and a Bentley truck and a business. And stop. Shit. Stop trying to use the fucking exception as the rule. Black women are second from the fucking bottom from earnings. What are we talking about, bro? Net worth, you bottom. Stop.
To them is supporting them whenever we're out. Like, I'm a protector. I'm not. There's a big kind of like conversation about like, oh, gay men don't want to be treated as like poodles or whatever. Realistically, I'm 6'2", I'm 200 pounds, 215. Like, it's like if a motherfucker step up to my friends, I'm going to defend them. I feel like my presence.
Nigga, that don't mean shit, nigga. 600, 215, and your weight and your can you fight? Are you training to fight, nigga? You know you got a high pain tolerance, but that don't mean you can't get your ass whooped. And I promise you, if a bitch around you talking shit, I'm gonna talk shit to that bitch. And if you stand up, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Oh my God. Like the man you actually are. All the shit that bitch said, you gonna pay for it. If you stupid enough to motherfucking step your bitch ass to me, you better talk to that bitch and tell her to shut the fuck up. That's what you better do. Don't come over here talking to me. Tell that bitch to leave me alone. I'm out of my motherfucking business. She can shut her motherfucking mouth talking to me. I ain't gonna hit her, but you? Oh my God, please come this way. And you better hope I ain't got my pistol on me. Because fighting a brotherfucker is a lose-lose. So I might just go in and hit you with the ha-ha. Put some hot shit in you that you ain't gonna like. Allegedly.
As a black gay man is to use my.
How many times, bro, we could play a motherfucking drinking game with this shit. Pause. With this, how many times this nigga bring up him being gay, bro? Do we got a counter? Do we got a I'm a gay man counter, y'all? Pause. Do y'all niggas count how many? He done said it at least, 4 times in just this segment. He said it earlier too. Am I tripping? He said at least 4 times in just this segment alone. Like this rendition of him speaking. He's brought up his sexuality at least 4 times. What are we talking about? I might be off. It might be more like 5. But bruh, stop bringing up, nigga, what you do with your butt. We don't care.
Masculinity, me being a man, is to not only allow myself, vertical, promotion within life. I don't know how to coin that the right way, but also bring up my sisters with me. Mm-hmm. And that can be whether it's education, go and get that education, whether it's in careers, because black women are the smartest group in America. They're also the.
No, the fuck they're not, nigga. No, they're not. There's more propaganda being put out here. No, the fuck you're not. No, they're not. In any way, shape, form, or fashion. Not in volume, not in motherfucking actual outcome. Volume, white women. Percentage, Asian women.
Most underpaid. If you want that money, ask for it. Whenever you go to the interview, let them know what you want. Mm-hmm. And the same thing as far as like a job, how you can switch out a job, it's no different than a man. And you know how we're talking about like the moral basis of, I don't want to lose my track. The moral basis of people not knowing themselves and having babies, a lot of men don't got shit to contribute. If you can't even commit marriage to a motherfucking woman, what makes you?
Nigga, I'm gonna need you to shut your gay ass fuck up, nigga, because without a man, your gay ass wouldn't be here, nigga. All you non-straight niggas that got all this fucking heat for straight niggas, you welcome. Okay? All you brotherfuckers need to be thankful for us motherfuckers. Okay? Pay homage, nigga. Pay homage. All you backdoor bandits with some crazy shit to say about straight niggas, if it wasn't for us, you'd be stuck to a fucking piece of shit and flushed down the toilet. Literally. You're welcome. Sick of this shit, bro. Motherfuckers ain't got nothing but motherfucking crazy shit to say about niggas that's responsible for you even being here. We all operated like you, nigga. There be no niggas. What are we talking about? Shout out to the bell for the 2. Appreciate you, bro. This shit is fucking.
Ain't nothing but some money.
A bunch of word salad with rainbow dressing. But this shit crazy, bro.
think that she wants to commit to having a baby. That 9 to 10 months, that can fuck up that whole baby's life.
Not being supported.
Yeah, you can't.
In the same way that she was talking about, asking for that promotion and things like that, because that also, when we're when we're seen as having some more control or power over in a work environment, people aren't going to abuse us as much. People aren't going to, supposedly, right? Where are we advocating? You know what I'm saying? In the same way of like not being prepared for fatherhood. Where are we advocating for those Black women in the job, in the workplace, and making sure that they are seen in the way that they should be and empowered in the way that they should, in the same way that in fatherhood and outside of fatherhood.
Conversation, I can say like, hey, you need to ask for it 150, 200, 175. Be the same conversation like, like, what's he doing?
Right.
And it's like, it might be a conversation. I think also with certain conversations, it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, or whatever, you're still a man. Whenever a woman wants to open up and talk to you about certain things, that's when you want to talk about it. Like, you can't be overbearing, because with patriarchy, with masculinity, it's kind of like you trying to talk about something you want to talk about and shouldn't even want to talk about that.
Yeah, no. Again, yeah, that's a part of fucking me being in a relationship. That's a part of her understanding the hierarchy and my provision and protection. There's gonna be some times that she has to have a conversation she might not want to have, just like me. There'll be some conversations I'm gonna have to have a conversation that I don't want to have with her, but because I'm trying to build a family with her, because I'm trying to have a relationship with her, there's gonna be times that we both have to do things we don't want. So no, there's not gonna be fucking just anytime she wants to talk, I'm willing to talk. No, it's gonna be some give on her end. It's gonna be some give on my end. At the end of the day, I have the final fucking say because I'm the man. That's how the world works. That's how the world has always worked. And when you get outside of that shit is when shit gets fucked up. And people like you that have nothing to do with women and don't understand fucking women at all, because you, in your mind, you think you're one and you operate as one. All nothing but confusion, bro. Nothing but fucking confusion.
You exerting your masculinity over somebody. So, like, whenever my friends talk about their dating,
JT say it ain't so, bro. Get worse is crazy. Get worse than this. Well, I understand it's getting worse because now this motherfucker talking too much. And this is why I say you can't afford for influencers and actors to be the main people in these things, bro. No. It's gonna have to be some shit for these real conversations to get had. It's gonna have to be a bunch of random niggas from all walks of life, right? And some security there, police, security, and police, so the conversation can be had. Real fucking true conversation, bro. I can't trust this motherfucking actor and brotherfucker shit, dog. I can't trust it.
Majority of my friends are introverts. They're real kind of like to themselves. They don't like to talk about their business. When they do open up, that's when I ask, like, hey, like, you have X, Y, and Z. Is he providing you what you need, or is he just a placeholder until that right man comes? So,
nigga, what? Hey, man, if that's another, we gotta start really doing this. Listen, a woman that has too many gay friends or a gay best friend for real, nah, radioactive flag. Radioactive flag. You're not about to be talking to me and not about to be assessing me as a man for a man that likes men and doesn't understand straight men. Ladies, this is for you. If you are a straight woman, okay, dealing with straight men, and you're taking advice from a gay man, okay, from a gay man or gay men, right? That nigga don't know what the fuck he talking about. I'm gonna say this again. Gay men know absolutely nothing about straight men. Nothing. Nothing. The way gay men interact is nothing the way of a man and a woman interact. It's not the same. So his view of what a man's supposed to do is going to always be fucked up and skewed. A man that likes men is not the same as a man that likes women. Not at all. Night and fucking day. It's not the same.
sometimes it will be different. It just depends. Because you got to be the person to say it.
Yeah. I would say too.
You got to go ahead. No, I want to see what you're going to say.
Go ahead.
Placeholder might not be the right thing. It might not be the right thing to say, but
I was just talking about I'm 70 years old. So I come from a whole nother era than any of you Negroes is talking about. And what I've learned, and I'm not saying I'm right, I think everybody is right. Because there's so many levels to this. But most of this was laid on our parents.
Yeah.
My father was born in 1915 and his parents were slaves. Well, his grandparents were slaves. So what I've learned is it's not your mother's fault. It's not your father's fault. It's not your fault. We were born into 450 years of post-slavery PTSD.
Again, I still got to read that book, man, but I can't. So post-traumatic slavery syndrome, right? I believe there's a little bit of credence to it. I'm not gonna say it's completely, totally just bullshit, right? Because the trauma does shape people and how they move and how they interact and things, right? I just think is way too much weight put into those things when we talk about slavery and racism, because it takes away the accountability that we have and the ability to change now that we know what we know. With the amount of information that we have and the amount of access to different things and whatnot, what have you, mental health, hell, even, you know, black doctors and black psychologists, psychiatrists and counselors and things and so on and so forth, you being able to read on your own and, you know, do some type of you know, self-work, bro. I just really think it's detrimental because people like to lean on that so much. Niggas love leaning on slavery and racism, bro, as to why black people aren't moving forward. And I understand it, right? I understand we're not gonna be, you know, like the white man overnight, which again, I don't even want to be like the white man. I want to be like the Asian man, me personally, right? I don't even look at the white man, I look over him, right? Because again, what the Asians proved is a very, very small group of people understand how the fucking system work. You oversaturate the fucking highest motherfucking points and put yourself in position to dominate at the highest point, and the racism is irrelevant. Skill and ability trumps all, bro. No matter how much that motherfucking white man hates you, if you're the only person in the motherfucking room that can do the job, he has to use you. Otherwise, his $1 billion, $1 million business goes down the fucking drain. That's what we don't focus enough on. Again, I'm a lifetime hooper, bro. Y'all know this. I love basketball to death, right? But my intelligence wasn't nurtured enough by my mom, right? She didn't understand what I was from a mental standpoint, the gifts I had intellectually, right? So that shit wasn't, you know, I didn't take it serious. I didn't understand it. I told you, I had a fucking teacher that I didn't know what fucking MIT was. I never heard of MIT till I got in the fucking 10th grade, right? And I had a teacher tell me about, you know, hey, I don't know if you know, you're really a bright kid. Like my teacher had to get me in a gifted program, right? And this is where we say our parents, mothers especially, bro, they cannot see the gifts that their children have, especially when it comes to intellect, right? And it's a lot of fucking wasted fucking minds out here, dog. They just never get nurtured and never get challenged enough and never get, you know what I'm saying, to the point of where they should, because your parents squander it away. One of the most important parts of being a parent, bro, is understanding your child's gifts and, you know, where they're short, right? Both of those things, right? Nobody's ever going to be perfect, but the only thing we notice in the black community is if you're physically gifted, you fast, you can jump high, you strong, all that shit, right? But if you're smart, it's so many motherfucking great minds being wasted, bro. It's ridiculous. It really is sad. I'm telling you, it's sad, dog. Shout out to my man West Sim 45. Appreciate you, brother.
Ain't nothing but some money.
I'm truly glad that something in my soul told me not to watch The Shy Show. The older I get, the more I'm selective of what I watch based on this. Yeah, man, that brotherfucker shit is crazy, bro.
69, be 70 in March. I've just learned how to love. Our parents didn't know how to love. Their parents didn't know how to love. And if I could say anybody maybe had an edge, it was the women. That's why I celebrate black women. I live with a psychiatrist, forensics detective, gangster, loving Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, who's just been patient with me to teach me how to love. But in closing on this, because I don't want to get too deep, I called my buddy, man. I said, I'm fucking up, bro, really bad. I'm fucking up. So I never been monogamous. So I don't fucking know
what age did you become monogamous?
Today. No, but let me just say what it is. And we don't talk about this. We don't talk about dopamine being in the pleasant center of the brain like we talked about oxytocin is the hormone. It's called the cuddle hormone. So a lot of times we're just talking in generalities. And that's why I think what you said about counseling, because a counselor is going to get inside of this from a real, not even white people perspective, just from a scientific perspective, unless science is not wrong and the brain is not made with it. So when I hurt my girl, which I've done over and over, and I commend her for even being with me, and I said it in my podcast, I'm going to say this and stop. I called one of my partners who's brilliant. He said, when you hurt somebody, where you leave them is where they stay. So I think our parents, our grandparents, our uncles, the people that raised us, those men who treated the women outside the house nice, but then put the thumb on the grandmama and put the thumb on the girlfriend or whoever, they are all, it all comes from out of all of that. And I think that's what makes me excited. We're going to bring the women and the uncles and really bring them all in. But go ahead.
The one thing that I just want to talk about in Luke, make sure I say it anyway, pop this part out. Okay. What Luke brought up was like accountability. Like, yes, we can talk about, you know, what our families did to us, all this, all that. But eventually, and I know white people try and say this, and I really don't like that, but eventually comes a point where you have to decide, how do I want to live my life? I haven't talked to my daddy in 6 years. I don't give a fuck about what my family has gone through. I know where I will go. So it's like, you know, you can only say that for so long. Black.
Again, bro, you keep talking reckless. The only person talking reckless and even using profanity, bro. Why? And this is what I'm saying. This dude's talking about being the, what did he say? The karma for heterosexuality or heterosexual men, right? And you the one that's trying to be the most aggressive. You the nigga that's trying to fucking press. You the nigga that's trying to talk tough. Nigga, what? Is that Plundar? That's what I'm saying. And these motherfuckers allowing this shit. And that's why I say, bro, this would never go that way. This is why they can't be included. Bruh, listen, bro. We'll beat your ass in here, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? You notice how you the only motherfucker cussing? You know how you the only motherfucker talking about what niggas ain't and niggas can't, niggas won't, niggas don't? Bruh, check your motherfucking conduct, nigga. For it be a problem. For real. You can be 6'2", 215. You won you, nigga. We'll fucking bank you in here. We need to give you a lesson in motherfucking respect from straight men. Because you obviously don't, you think, since you see yourself as a fucking woman, right? You talk like one amongst men. Okay? You notice how we may not agree or whatever, we ain't fuck this and weak this and all this other shit, right? You notice how we not using that fucking language, nigga? Because we understand the danger behind it. So I suggest you take heed, brother, fucker, or hey, this shit gonna be real uncomfortable once this shit over with, fam. Hey, and Zagu, again, man, that's what I'm saying, bro. You can't, and then, like, you know what I mean? But it ain't because he gay, it's because he disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to Zagu. Listen, and now if I beat this nigga up, oh, he beat me up because I'm gay. No, nigga, I beat you up because your mouth was crazy. Pause. Wow. Pause. Jesus Christ. All right. Shout out to Red Star 7331 7311. Appreciate you, brother.
Ain't nothing but some money.
The world needs black men to believe we are a walking flaw. I believe that, bro. Again, all the propaganda and shit that's out here, dog, it's crazy.
Women are tired, you know, kind of like putting onto them like, hey, like, you didn't do this entirely, because everybody in here, several people talked about, like, you know, going to counseling. Have that upon yourself. Stop waiting for a woman to tell you what you need to do. Take that upon yourself.
Let me address that real quickly. For me, I didn't know fucking how.
Can I say one more thing? No, I have to say this, because another thing that happens is too.
And again, this shit right here. No, nigga, shut the fuck up. For one, you already cut him off. And respect your elders. This man finna be 70 years old. Out of everybody in the room, he's the most accomplished and most fucking notable person. Shut the fuck up. It can wait, nigga. But no, it can't. Why? Because again, you act like a fucking woman. Shut up. That shit ain't that important, nigga. You can wait.
You live your life for so long, and I'm not meaning no disrespect by this. But when you hit your 60s and your 70s, I want to be right.
Okay, but let me.
I want to live my life right. I want someone to take care of me and protect me, and that's what a lot of women have.
I'm living it right the fuck now.
As I said, I said 60s and 70s.
Let me say this.
Y'all over talking.
I'm gonna fucking over talk you.
I'm good.
Nigga, what? See, and now really, and listen, yeah, brother, this your fault. This your fault. This every last one of you weak ass niggas. Now I'm saying it. You niggas are weak as fuck to let the gay nigga try and establish dominance at a fucking table full of niggas. Are you playing with me right now? This shit is embarrassing. This is why everybody was going fucking ham. Are you kidding me? Bro, I wish you motherfucking would, bro. This should have been a resounding, hey, you need to shut the fuck up, nigga. Cursing is clearly allowed. He didn't fuck this and fuck that and blah, 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 and all that. The nigga been cussing, so this is when all the straight niggas should have formed together like Voltron. Shut your gay ass up, nigga. No, you shut the fuck up. You asking to let you finish. Now you talking to him. Now let him fucking respond. And sit the fuck down and shut up. We ain't finna give you the type of pain you like, nigga. You keep getting out of pocket. Now sit down and shut the fuck up and let this man talk. KP, this is crazy, bro. This is fucking embarrassing. This is why, listen, man. Hey, listen, bro. Let me say this. On behalf of all straight men, we did not approve of this shit. All straight black men, we denounce and vehemently motherfucking disavow and separate from this shit right here. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way.
But you're not going to disrespect me. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I do. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I know. You can't. I do. Know it, nigga. I do.
Hey, shout out to Clifton Powell. Listen, hey, he almost, hey, I know y'all ain't let this motherfucker talk to me like this. Hey, I ain't signed up for this shit now. I agreed to sit down with the motherfucker, but he ain't finna talk to me no crazy kind of way now. Y'all know I don't play this shit. And everybody fucking being calm and cool. No, bro, this should have been a resounding nigga. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Respect this man. This man older than everybody fucking in there, bro. This man is the most accomplished person than everybody fucking in there. Show this man some fucking respect. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga.
I'm good. You don't know what the fuck it is. I'm living. You can't tell me what the fuck I'm living, nigga. I'm living it right now. You cannot fix no shit that you don't even know is happening.
I think there's a misunderstanding.
No, but he's generalizing.
Shut your bitch ass up too. Shut up. This is again. Shout out to JT. This is why straight men business need to be straight men business. Straight men's business is straight men's business. You not straight, stay out of it. Just like y'all always tell us stay out of the brotherfucker business, we stay out y'all shit, y'all stay out of our shit. Pause. Lord Jesus. Please. Okay? Business. Let me get back. Stay out of our motherfucking business, we stay out of your business. I caught it, brother. I'm a little turnt right now, bro. Hey, forgive me. I had to catch myself. I gotta reset. Let's regroup. Shout out to Holla Davis, man. Let's regroup. My bad. That's why I changed the business. All right. But no, serious shit though, bro. This is why you can't, and that's why I always say this. The Rainbow Group always co-ops the black movement, bro. You cannot include them in our shit. No. If they want to support, let them support from the fucking backgrounds and the motherfucking bleachers, bro. They cannot sit on the motherfucking panels. They cannot have motherfucking decisions in it. No, you cannot do it because they're always gonna sneak that motherfucking rainbow shit in there, dog. Every fucking single time. Now you got a brotherfucker and a motherfucking imitation man. Oh, no. No, both of y'all shut the fuck up. Get up and get out.
Let me stop. This is what it is. Let's get to the truth of this shit. You can't fix no shit unless you meet somebody who is on another level to help you elevate to understand. I'm not indicting anybody. I'm telling you what the shit is. You can't fix some shit that you don't know about, bro. You can't. And then you get there at 69 or 70 and say, I thought I was being loved and all this stuff. That's what our parents have gone through, and that's why we all so fucked up right now.
You asked, how do we love black women? That's right here. Trust black women and listen to black women because they know more than we do what it is that they need.
I don't think that's true either.
As men,
a lot of black
Thank you. Shout out to Clifton Powell. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Women who don't know how to love.
Thank you, Clifton Powell. This is listen. There are far more black women that don't know how to love than the men, bro. Far more. And I'm not saying this to be spiteful or even like on some gender war shit, right? I think black women have one of the most misunderstandings of love of any people, but especially women on the fucking planet. This goes to the men they choose to fucking have children with and build a family with, the men they choose to stay in relationships with, the men, bro, that they choose. Right? A lot of this shit is a result of choosing the wrong man. This is why we have so much fucking fucked up shit in the nigga neighborhood. She chose wrong from the start. She liked the nigga for all the wrong reasons, decided to give him a fucking baby. That's not love. That's fucking reckless. That's reckless fucking foolishness with the most important thing of all, bringing life into the world. So now you got a kid by a man that you don't like for real. You don't love this man. He left you with the kid. Now you're forced to raise a kid by a man that you really didn't like that left you out on the fucking lurch. You have resentment for that man. So what? Eventually you'll have some sort of resentment for that kid because your life has changed. You can't have fun anymore. You can't do what you want to do anymore. You're forced to be a fucking mom because you chose the wrong fucking man and nut in your pussy. And if it's a son, it gets even worse because now the son grows up to look just like his daddy. Put a one in the chat, man, looking like your daddy. Put a one in the chat if you ever heard something he had that told to you or you heard that say a black woman say that to another man in a negative tone. We all seen this shit, bro. We lived this shit. Acting like your daddy, looking like your daddy. Well, damn, mom, why she say it like that? Because she don't like the fucking daddy. And you remind her of her. And you remind her of one of the biggest regrets she ever had. Not you necessarily, not the child, but the person she chose a child with. You can't, there's no love in that. It can't be. And now what? This is why I say, and again, man, I keep telling y'all this shit, bro. Black women, I can't speak for nobody else. I don't hate you, bro. I understand you. Probably better than 99% of niggas, for real, right? But black women, check this out. Hear me out, right? How can there be love when there's always a motherfucking fucking atom or a grain of salt or a grain of sand of hate that grows and grows and grows the harder your life get? It's like a fucking cancer, bro. Man, fuck, I had this fucking kid by this nigga. I'm pregnant. I didn't want to get pregnant. I had plans. I wanted to do this. I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be whatever. Now I got this fucking kid. I got to take care of. This nigga ain't shit. He ain't fucking here. He left me. He ain't giving me no money. Now I got to be on fucking welfare. Now I'm embarrassed. I got to go in the fucking store and use this stamp or use these cards. You know what I'm saying? I can barely afford my rent. So now I'm fucking with these other niggas that's you know, I'm in a bind, Nate. I'm fucking to fucking survive. And you got this constant reminder that's supposed to be the thing you love the most, man, in your child. The person you supposed to love the most, there's a small piece, bro, of fucking hatred because of the person you had them with. That's the most dysfunctional fucking form of love there is, bro. That's the most dysfunctional form of love there is. The little person that you brought into this world and you're supposed to be willing to motherfucking kill and die for, there's a fucking small piece of fucking resentment because of the person you had them with. And the harder life get and the worst fucking points, you're going to look at that kid and you'll be a reminder of the decision you made to have them. And the person you had them with. A bad decision. Telling you, man. If it's anything that we need to do, bro, y'all, everybody worried about whatever. people need fucking mental health help today. There needs to be like a book written about all of this shit. And a lot of shit we covered and talked about here. I told y'all, man, the level of trauma that black boys went through. This is even that. Before we had the conversation about black men loving black women, there needs to be a conversation about the trauma that black boys are forced to endure from their mother's hatred of them because of the fathers they chose for them. But you know, oh, you're a victim now. Well, no, I'm not a victim. Shit, I'm a grown ass man. I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? I made it in spite of. I understand my traumas, my triggers, and so on and so forth. And I'm happy with myself. I love my life. You know, I love my mom. But I made it in spite of my mom, not because of my mom, right? I understand the mistakes she made. I understand some of the reasons for her shortcomings and why she couldn't be there for me. And I love her in spite of that. I'm not, you know, my mom, you know, blessedly for me, she wasn't a crackhead or no crazy shit or no hoe. There's some brothers out here with way worse fucking conditions than, you know what I'm saying, what I had to grow up with. But we need to consider all those things from top to bottom, right? We're talking trauma in the boys, and you're telling a group of men, and Clifton Powell is expressing this, man. I'm 70 fucking years old, dog. Wasn't no fucking mental health in the fucking. And he said he was born in what? He's 70. I mean, he was born in what? He about to be 70, 26, so 50 something. This man's born in the fucking 50s. Motherfuckers couldn't even spell psychiatrists in the fucking 50s. What are you talking about? It might have been fucking 10 of them in the country, right? So for a man that comes from that, you know, that era, right? And to live throughout his life all this time. And I told you, once you set who you are at 30, most for sure 35. Who you are is who you're gonna be at 30. For sure, 10,000% by 35. This man finna double that. You can't blame this man for living in a time and being born at a time as to where none of this stuff even existed. So when he tells you, I'm living it, I'm just now figuring out, I'm just now finding out, he's not being disingenuous, he's not bullshitting you, he's literally telling you this is how the shit works. But stupid brotherfuckers, young motherfuckers, don't understand that because, nigga, your whole life has been mental health. Your whole life has been, you know, and clearly you don't, because you're a sufferer, nigga, with the choice you chose. The DSM manual would have said, brother, you were a sufferer of a mental health disorder 30, 40 years back, right? But they took it out of there because of your, you know.
I'm saying what they need as far as the reproduction. We're talking about, that's what we're talking about right now. Also, if we're going to use our privilege and power as men in society, how do we show up and be accountable? Like you said, the way to be accountable is.
Don't you say shit as men. You're not a fucking man. You, sir, are not a man. You're not a man, sir. You, sir, are not a man. What are we talking about here?
To dismantle patriarchy, because patriarchy makes it so that men have the power and women do not.
But you can't get there unless you listen to him. We got to go, and you may not agree. We got to go to therapy. I should be in therapy right now. My girl should be in therapy. We all come from generations and generations, and you can't motherfucker sit here and tell me when I'm going through at 70, I just realized, but listen what I'm saying. Let's be good, bro. Let's not get out of control. This is real shit. Bro, this is real shit. I'm telling you, you can't love a queen. Some of these girls out here in Queens because their daddies wasn't there. If your daddy ain't there from 12 to 25, you're going down a rabbit hole. Promiscuity, drugs. Gotta read more. Gotta stop getting so fucking defensive and read more, because I read. I know what the fuck I'm talking about because I'm living it.
Shout out to Clifton Powell. And this is how a man reestablishes fucking dominance, okay, and takes back control of motherfuckers that shouldn't be fucking talking. Shout out to Clifton Powell for this. Okay, this is manhood right here. No, shut the fuck up. I'm talking. You don't know more than me, motherfucker. You ain't lived more life than me. You ain't got more experience than me. And most importantly, for the brotherfucker, you know shit you talking about. You talking about women, men and women, nigga. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. And I know that, yeah, the motherfucking the woman in a beard, man, bitch, you still get periods. So playing with me, man.
Till you meet a real motherfucking queen who had to figure out her trauma, You can't even learn how to love a black woman.
So here's one thing.
That's what we got to start.
Here's one thing with the because I think I agree that you can't wait until you
got to hold yourself accountable. So if you figure it out,
hold on.
If you figure it out, bro.
But you gotta let other people talk. Hold on.
That's why I can't do this. I got you. You can't.
The arguments are important. This is how black men talk.
Energy is.
So I want to make sure. This is what I want to make sure we're framing properly, because a lot of the time we think, because you're talking about your privilege and your power and how you use it. A lot of time we've been taught our power is how we control the situation, and we try to control that situation by dominating it, by shutting other people down, by overpowering them. And I think that is something that, I mean, monogamy, just to be real, is not the end all be all. That's not the best. It's the only way. It's not the only way to live, and it's not just men or women. It's literally there are other ways to be. And so some people value monogamy more. That doesn't mean that you have sin and you dead and you evil if you haven't been. But the problem is, most of the time, the way that we're living is by telling somebody that we are monogamous when we're not. Hold on, that's lying. Hold on, bro. So that's dishonest.
We can't talk about monogamy. No, we gotta talk about
you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm agreeing with you. Hold on.
Men are not. First of all, this is not our culture. And Africa is polygamy.
No.
It's not monogamous biologically, is it?
Some people do believe that monogamy is the most healthy.
97% of married men cheat, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean,
85% of married men cheat. Nobody is being monogamous.
Hey, shout out to Clifton Powell. I told you niggas, this marriage shit is a sham and a scam. Marriage don't mean shit no more, bro. I'll take it back. I won't say it don't mean shit. Marriage don't mean what it used to mean, people. It don't. Marriage don't mean what it used to mean. It's all kinds of motherfucking shenanigans and wild shit going on in these quote unquote marriages, bro. Motherfuckers is swinging at an all-time high. These open marriages, niggas, are everywhere. You even tell me nothing about no pussy nigga shit. I'm telling you shit. If you been telling me, hey, these motherfuckers out here cheating, but they fucking. All of them fucking. Y'all motherfuckers tell me goddamn thing shit. Y'all got me hot in this motherfucker shit. I sat down, y'all got this brother fucker goddamn disrespect me and shit. No, nigga, I'm on now, nigga. Let's go, nigga. You talking shit. Fuck it. Shout out to OG Cliff. Y'all done let Clifton out. Goddamn Clifton. Ain't no motherfucking soft Cliftons out here, nigga. They don't even make Cliftons no more. Fuck you talking about? Clifton, nigga.
Also been taught to lie. And we also been taught to dominate and control. So I think there are other perspectives here that are valuable in holding that stuff accountable, because we were talking about how to hold each other accountable in this, right? In talking about trusting black women and loving black women, how do we hold each other accountable in that? How do we make promises that we can keep? How do we say that, make sure that we're surrounding each other with people who are going to check us when we're wrong, right? And how do we know that who knows what's right and what's wrong in that, right? I think it's even when I read, a lot of the time what we read is wrong. A lot of the time the books that they give us to educate ourselves are wrong. So I do want to hear more perspectives on literally how to hold ourselves accountable in that. We're talking about trusting black women. How do we trust black women, right? You know what I'm saying? It does have to be, but I do want to make sure that we take it to a place where we come out here more powerful than we did when we came.
I think we got to listen to Luke. I think we got to listen to Luke. You talking about therapy. We don't get your t-shirt. Us to trust black women. We got to fix ourselves. They got to go fix themselves. And it starts with black people don't like to go to counseling. Because they need to go to fucking therapy. That's it.
Jay brought that up. And I agree that we must talk. But I do also understand the value in us talking, our perspective.
We got that part. How do we find solutions?
Well, the only thing is we're not gonna get to a solution because there's still something on the table. There's still something on the table, and we gotta.
What's on the table? What's on the table to me is how do we as black men? You said listen to Luke. No, I'm just interjecting, bro. Y'all said interject. Well, interject. Listen, how do we help black women? I'm telling you.
Well, first we gotta help ourselves.
Right. What I'm saying is,
if we can't figure out, if we can't figure out what love really means, what love looks like to us, what love has been to us, what do we talk about love?
From generations of no love,
right? But so we got to go back. Does patriarchy come with accountability?
No, I think the definition of patriarchy is when we have systems of domination for men. Right now, I think we're not doing a good job of naming the system that literally incentivizes us to be on some shit, or incentivizes us to always want to be dominated. Yes, I think
bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. And again, I'm sick. This is why this conscious lead shit, bro. Again, bro, the world operates on a fucking patriarchy for a reason. This shit that these niggas be trying to sell you, dog. Listen, man. One pill. Come on, bro. You know what it is, bro. Man, listen, bro. Listen. These people, these men that keep trying to sell you on the patriarchy, are not to be trusted at all, 0%. Okay? And they need to be motherfucking thrown the fuck out. Uncle Phil, right the fuck on up out of the room, bro. That's why I say you got to keep politics out of this. Whatever your political leanings, your political beliefs may be, keep them to yourself, because as soon as you start talking that fucking communism, Marxism shit, socialism shit, yeah, get you right on the fuck up out of here, dog. That's what this is not about. We're talking about black men and you know, black men being in their proper place, which would have to be patriarchal, because niggas need to be in charge. The men need to be in charge. You can't hold a man accountable and then tell the man that, oh, you got to be on equal footing with the woman. No, motherfucker, that's not how accountability works. If you're going to give me the fucking accountability, you have to give me the authority. Okay? There is no accountability for a group without authority. That's not what I think. That's what I fucking know. Okay? Thanks to my fucking profession. You don't motherfucking charge the lowest motherfucking ranking motherfucker for the shit that everybody else do. You charge the highest ranking motherfucker. You hold him responsible. But in that responsibility, he gets to tell all the motherfuckers under him what the fuck to do and how to do it. His program. His way. Whenever we had fucking new COs, they would come in here with the CO's charter or whatever expectations. Okay? When the motherfucking XO would take over as the CO, right? It could have been night and day. It could have been similar. It could have been a little bit of differences, right? He could have kept some of the same shit from the last guy. You had some super liberal fucking COs. Then you had some super duper motherfucking work hard motherfuckers, right? When the CO was a CO, it was his motherfucking job. When it was the XO was there to back up the fucking CO, and he had to play his fucking role. When he took over as the man, now it's his fucking way. And no matter how the fuck it went, be it more liberty or more work, that's how everybody under got to operate. That's what comes with fucking manhood. Now, that don't mean you could just be a dick and be an asshole. But one thing that people don't understand about, everybody has a different personality. Everybody has a different philosophy. Everybody has a different way of doing things, right? And unfortunately, you can't just always change and switch and run and, you know, you just do everything the fake fucking way you want. No, a part of life, man, is learning how to deal with fucking bullshit. I ain't saying you got to be no toilet. I ain't saying you got to take a lot of shit. But you can't always run from adversity. You can't always run from some shit you don't like. You have to learn how to operate in uncomfortable fucking situations. That's how you become a better person. That's how you build resilience. Okay? That's how you motherfucking overcome adversity. That's how you build character. Right? And what's crazy to me is niggas understand this for a fucking ball. For a football or for a basketball, nigga, you let a motherfucking coach get all in your face and yell and talk to you crazy, grab you by your face mask and shake you motherfucking all around. Right? All kinds of motherfuckers and bitches and weak and all kinds of stupid shit. You shout out to you you fraternity niggas, you frat niggas, the same shit. You let niggas talk to you all kinds of motherfucking crazy. You do all kind of fucking weird shit to motherfucking put a jacket on and some colors. The white man. But when it comes to your motherfucking job and your livelihood and where you got to make a living, oh no, the white man ain't finna tell me what to do. I ain't finna work for the white man. I ain't finna be in the white man's army. I ain't finna go to the white man's job and nigga. You're in a fraternity, nigga. Shut up. You play football, nigga. Shut up. Play basketball, nigga. Shut up. Stop. Stop it, brother.
Conversation right now is black people. A lot of times when you hear the word patriarchy, you think about the word patriarchy, you think about how we're taught in Christianity to be patriarchs. So a lot of us have a hard time thinking about leadership and thinking about how that leadership comes out in fucked up ways. I.e., I want to be a patriarch like Father Abraham, therefore patriarchy is good. Patriarchy is not good. The system of domination for women is not good. But a lot of us buy into that.
So I got a question I want to ask.
What's your
How do
question?
we unlearn that? I think we unlearn that by listening to what he's saying.
What specifically?
Therapy. So we can go understand all of
it. Listen, I want to be clear. Right?
So now he getting his whole motherfucking spiel off about anti-patriarchy bullshit and Marxist shit, communist shit, socialist shit, empower the woman, LGBT shit, everything that's anti-masculine man shit is what Conscious Lee is on right now.
Now we're talking about a system of power. Right. So if you think interpersonally going to therapy is going to deconstruct the system of power, no.
I'm not saying that.
This way, get it right now.
Again, you stupid. You don't want the fucking system of power destructed, nigga. Y'all act like y'all want this shit. And again, do you understand what would happen if we went to this? Again, man, y'all got to read some books, man. Y'all got to look at history. Okay. Shout out DJ Power Food for the 5. Appreciate you, brother.
Ain't nothing but some money.
What up, bro? I hate I missed the early part of the show. Fucking YouTube notifications didn't go off. Oh, bitch. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man. YouTube really not fucking me right now. But hey, I appreciate y'all for showing up, man. Yeah, sure, Tyson. Shit is crazy.
Talking about trusting black women. There's a system I'm saying that goes against it.
Aspect to it. Right.
Yes.
I'm not going white there.
No, but listen, because we live in this space of feeling like we know everything.
If we lead with listening, that means we're not listening so that we can respond. We're listening, just listening to understand, which means you might have to ask another question. If you speak, it is to ask another question,
not censor yourself,
so you can get more information from the source.
And so let's start out really quick with that patriarchy, because we keep saying patriarchy, and you were saying without centering yourself, and I think that that's really important, because I wouldn't know. I'll just be real. If me being young in the street, I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't say young.
I was. I'm not saying now. I understand what it is now, but I'm saying when I was, I wouldn't hear somebody talk about dismantling patriarchy. Why is it harmful? And I'm not putting that.
Yeah, I'm cool on this shit now, bro. This shit is just more fucking rhetoric and what's the name. KP came up for him, bro. If you don't come up, man. Yeah, man. Listen. Boomers are greater than millennials. I use this table of discussion as proof. Well, I don't know about that. Because I don't think that dude is a millennial. The dude in the hat is a millennial. Conscious Lee might be a millennial, but no, I get what you're saying. Because the millennials, bro, again, a lot of them done laid this shit down, bro. A lot of these fucking millennials done, it's crazy. Those of us that are millennials and refuse to play the motherfucking rainbow games, bro, right? We're seen as problematic. And I don't know how Conscious Lee is, but I know he's not that old. He might be early to mid 30s, probably, right? I guess. I don't know. Let me see. Somebody look up his. Let me see. Conscious Lee age 35. So Conscious Lee is 35. So yeah, he's a millennial, right? But those of us who refuse the fucking bullshit, bro, you know what I'm saying? We are seen as part of the problem because we refuse to motherfucking let the brotherfucker activities and teach the kids all this fucking bullshit and introduce them to this confusion, right? And most importantly, again, even bro, I'm not sitting down at the table. We're just gonna have a conversation with a whole bunch of brotherfuckers in imitation fucking men in it, bro. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Yeah, the motherfucker, he too young to be a millennial. I think he say 26. So nah, he's Gen Z. Be 26. Shout out to Brian Turner, bro. Peace for the 5.
Ain't nothing but some money.
Liberal black folks have an adversarial view of masculinity as a whole. Why is patriarchy bad when all them come from a poor matriarchy? That's, bro, listen, man. None of this shit makes sense. They were sent out to do their shit. Yeah, it's real easy to fucking do the what's name. You feel me? But all in all, man, this shit is frustrating, man. Because I think it just shows and it gives credence to the lack of respect for and the lack of appreciation for straight men. Actually, I keep telling y'all this. I keep playing it. I keep telling y'all this shit, bro. The lack of respect and understanding of appreciation for the black man, bro, is ridiculous. Oh, he's saying, yeah, I got you. Well, that's what I said, man. Shout out to KP. This was Clifton Powell's thing, pretty much. Nigga, if you want to keep working in Hollywood, nigga, you want another role, you got to sit down with these gay niggas and listen to them talk shit to you. Pretty much. I already saw that's what it was. KP, so I agree with that wholeheartedly, man. You feel me? You can't have all this confusion, bro. If you actually want to fix some shit, you got to start with the bare bones and the roots, and then you can, you can add shit to it as we progress and we get things better. People say these conversations don't do anything, but they do, because I keep telling y'all, bro, what happens in conversation is people go their whole entire life and we're doing shit absolutely wrong, of never even heard of certain concepts, right? And precepts, right? You never know how a person was raised. You never know what a person was introduced to. You never know a person's life experience. And that's the wonderful thing about anecdotal experience outside of, of course, the stats. The stats are a nice grounding and basis, because otherwise we're just all talking about our feelings and our opinions and our own experiences. But those are important too, because now you get to speak to the things that people say just don't happen, right? Especially the black man. I told y'all, I forget the brother's name. Was he? He's a fucking professor, the Michigan guy. Me and the brother ran across each other on, I think it was Obsidians, right? And he said me and him had the same exact fucking, like, the same life story, bro. They ain't never met each other, ain't never seen each other, same exact motherfucking, like, teenage fucking period, right? You'll be surprised at how many brothers have a similar to exact same story as yourself. The more you talk, the more brothers. And the black manosphere, as much as people love to shit on it, right? And talk negative shit about it. That's what happened. Bro, you go through life so long thinking that it's you're the problem, something wrong with you. And especially as a black man, a straight black man, you're told that, oh, it's your fault. Oh, you just weren't good enough. Oh, you didn't have enough money. Oh, you didn't this. You ain't can't don't want. And you actually believe that shit, man. It actually gets embedded in your brain that, hey, man, I'm the problem. I need to be better. I didn't do this. I couldn't do that. I wasn't good enough. No, not Dr. Thunder. It's not Dr. Thunder. It's a dude. He a Michigan fan. And I think he's like a scientist or some shit. He's like a PhD fucking scientist. Dr. Thunder's music. But either way. Yeah, Dr. Anwar. There we go, Sir Ty. This is who it is. Dr. Anwar. Shout out to Dr. Anwar. Yeah, man. Well, we talked and he was like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got the same story. You feel me? So, and that's what I said, bro. You'll be surprised. And that's the thing about these conversations and why they need to be had. I think, for one, it needs to be regular men and all walks of life, even the hood niggas, street niggas, killer gorilla niggas or whatnot, what have you, right? Black men of all walks of life, right? So we can have this fucking conversation, because, bro, without some form of order, discipline, and a standard being set, this shit is just gonna be every which way. Yeah, big discussions. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Jerome. Yeah, Dr. Anwar. Big discussions with Dr. Anwar. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, right. Shout out to him. There's so much shit, man, and so little time, right? And people just don't see the shit coming, and once it's here, it's too late, right? Once this motherfucking economy and this fucking the world shifts to the point of where, the haves and the have-nots, it's too late then. And quite frankly, again, I can't afford to be looking for strangers, right? I can't. It won't be enough for people to be benevolent and just help everybody else, right? if I don't know you, I'm not gonna be just willing to help you, right? No, because everything's gonna be scarce. So it's a short fucking time frame, man, for people to get on board. To get on board, bro. I'm telling you. Y'all niggas gotta stop going to war in the chat, man. Y'all can disagree. Y'all can disagree without motherfucking, you know, the generation wars and shit, man. Yeah. But nah, man. Definitely shout out to Clifton Powell. I'm glad that he stood up for himself and reestablished order and dominance as he should have, since the other brothers didn't want to, you know, I guess, you know, those, since they're current actors and shit, and they're currently in the industry, right? So they couldn't make the sacrifice, so he did it for himself. I ain't finna let no motherfucking I ain't finna let no brotherfucker talk to me crazy, man. You feel me? Ain't that yellow? It's the lighting, brother. It'll be all right. I ain't got no. I can afford some veneers in a couple of years, bro. I'll be all right. It ain't that bad. People always say that. I got them all though. Side teeth and all. They all mine. They're pretty good too. No braces, none of that shit. So I'll be all right with being a little yellow, brother. That's another thing. Y'all niggas don't understand. Niggas don't even, bro. Niggas get veneers, dentures, and whatever the fuck. Hey, I just ain't got veneers there, bro. I get some veneers there, but everything will be all right. Love to desk, brother. Again, if you want to fucking pay for me a whitening, brother, if it's that bad, go right ahead. I mean, the fuck are we saying? The hoes love it, bro. So that's all that matters, brother. I'm not dating you. I'm not whatever. Y'all need to be trying to be funny and just be like, it don't work that way. Love to death. You can hit the link, brother, and let's see your teeth. You hit the link, brother. The link's in the chat. No, actually getting whitening is fucking, you know, worse because that kills the enamel off your teeth, brother. But it's cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, hey, yeah. Don't to the veneer fund, nigga. If that's the case, if you care that much, it's crazy. But nah, man. Now that I had a dental assessment, you know what I mean? Listen, straight man, we got to come together, bro, and we got to figure this shit out. It's a very, very tight window, you know, and to do it in. But most importantly, bro, nah, no outsiders. No outsiders, dog. No outsiders. No people of the rainbow community in straight man conversation. No, sir. Not at all. That's going to do nothing but make more confusion and clearly cause unnecessary conflict because, you know, non-straight men don't understand how to operate among straight men. They don't. Right? They don't. Right? Y'all just getting weird. What the hell y'all mean the pigs? What the fuck does that even mean? I don't know. But anyway, man, hey, listen. Y'all niggas done. Y'all getting weird at this point. Niggas talking about pigs and niggas giving dental assessments and shit. Wow, crazy. For being black, I was kidnapped by cops for being black. Brother, no. No, you weren't. You a damn lie, nigga. No, you weren't fucking kidnapped for being black, brother. You either did some shit or they fucked up. Okay. Did you sue, brother? Did you file a case? If you ain't file a case, we ain't trying to hear about it. Sorry. Did you file a fucking case, nigga, against the state or against the city? Did you do your part since you say they just kidnapped you for being black? Did you sue them? Did you sue? Did you sue, brother? Did you sue the state for false imprisonment? Why are you telling us about what the fuck they did? If you didn't sue, brother, you're not that bothered. I'm just saying. But anyway, man, hey, listen. remember, nigga, for all you motherfuckers that forgot what 10 dicks a day is about, hey, it can always be worse. 10 dicks a day. Ain't never that bad. At least not over here, it ain't. It is what it is. Anyway. I guess not. I don't think he didn't. If he had one, I didn't know it. But probably not. He probably just didn't do it. But anyway, man, hey, Miss Fantastic 824 on all social media platforms, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hype the video. That's that on that one. Catch y'all next one. Holla, we out.